Welcome everybody to the High Vibe Love Tribe. Here we are having a special occasion. We're praying to set Sierra Leone free. And we're just coming together, setting our good intentions for this place in Africa that's going through a little bit of struggles right now. And we're going to send our good energy, our good intention, our love towards them so they know there are people out there that are thinking about them, that care about them, to keep them strong, going through everything that they're going through in this day. So love you all. Thank you for joining us. Whatever place you join us, or if you're watching a replay, light a candle, light some incense, sets your good intentions for the people of Sierra Leone and all of us here on earth. We have David the Indian here joining us, who asked us to help facilitate this, and the beautiful Angeline, of course, she's just lighting her stuff right there in honor, in energetic vibration for the people around the earth, and we send the love to Sierra Leone. Thank you for joining us, and we're just going to dance, so feel free to join us in dance, song, prayer, energy, vibrational, moving of your body and spirit, and let's just have some fun and send love to the people that need it the most. Thank you for everybody that's joining here. Remember, throughout this entire HVLT experience, please send your love and prayers and protection energy towards the people of Sierra Leone. Light a candle, light some incense, sage, smudge, whatever you enjoy doing.
And please share out as well, everybody.
We are live right now on the Missing Link Facebook page, the HVLT Facebook page, LinkedIn, the YouTube, the High Vibe Love Tribe, the YouTube, the Missing Link, our Twitch, Twitter, and I just joined in the Rumble, so I'm hoping the Rumble is now working. And welcome, send your love, your prayers, and your protection energy to the people of Sierra Leone and everybody that needs it in this world. Thank you so much, and let's get that energy moving. 2, run. How is everybody doing today? What part of the world are you in? Where are you sending love to, Sierra Leone? And speaking of love, look at that beautiful love. You sure are spoken in multiple ways. So just to let y'all know, we got around 50 people here right now with us, vibing, finding their energies, sending love to y'all and love to the people of Sierra Leone.
And it's something that we all own and we all can help heal. And so tonight in this prayer, in this candlelight vigil, we can come together as one and we can be one and we are one.
Sending protection energy to the most condensed city in the world, if not one of them, and they need that protection energy, safety energy, send lots of love, safety towards them. Have them in your mind feel safe and protected. Yeah, more intentions together, the stronger and powerful they will be. No one can deny that. Let me know if you can hear this at all.
Yeah.
Can you hear mine at all?
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a guided forgiveness meditation after.
Sure. Forgiveness is a good one. I think that's a big those hearts. love and energy to the people in Sierra Leone. Lots of protection for them.
Especially we pray for the children in Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Pray for protection for the children. We're not hearing it right now. It just comes in and out just a little bit.
Is that better?
I can hear you now, but yeah, it's quite not picking it up.
Because unless I have special settings on my mic, it cuts out certain sounds. That's why I can't sing on the mic either, because it'll just blank out the sound. Just so it's not picking up background noise, it cuts out certain levels of noise so you can't hear it. But the other one you could hear?
Yeah. A little bit better. It wasn't 100% clear all the way through, but you can definitely hear it more.
Yeah. Much better.
Yes. Whoa. Yeah, I hear that. That sounds nice. A little loud. Yeah, that's coming through nice, but it's nice to like that. So if you'd like to get a little weight in each hand, if you don't have any weights, you can grab a can of vegetables or soup, or even a tomato paste if the can of soup is too much in each hand, and you just move your hands, and as you're dancing, you get a little weight in your hands for like 20 minutes. Whatever that weight is, you times it by, these are 10 pounds each. So if I do 1,000, that's 10,000 pounds that I just did in 20 minutes. And it was fun. It was just nice. It was not too much exertion. And that's how easy it is to get strength in the body, and the least amount of impact is just have a little bit of weight. And as you dance, if you're not ready for the weights, just keep dancing.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep the energy flowing. Keep it flowing.
And you just do it in an area until it kind of starts to burn a little bit. After a couple hundred or 500 times in that squat, wow! Is that get every cell moving and vibrating in your body? Not stagnant. The less stagnant we are, the more our energy is connected to this beautiful, loving source we're blessed to be in. We were doing this an hour of dance every day for 11 straight months. I was counting how many reps I did with the weight. And it was usually between 600 and 1,000 times every single 2-hour slot.
High vibe. High vibe.
Yes. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Water is life. If you ever get your heart elevated by a little bit of exercise and sweat, as you see, I got a jacket on. I'm starting to get really warm and I'm starting to sweat. I want to sweat, right? So I put this jacket on and just I heat right up and I'm able to talk and smell any of the toxins that they're trying to throw at us. No weapon formed by man shall prosper unless you let it.
If I'm speaking, it doesn't cut out the music, right?
Not at all.
Okay, I'm gonna just pull cards and read whatever into life, and you guys can like feel it, dance it into your body, send it out. Sending out for everybody here, and sending out to the people of Sierra Leone as well. This one says, "You are now being blessed with prosperity, abundance, and creativity. To enhance this time of joy and amplify your experience of grace, practice gratitude. Simply be happy for what you have and what is being given to you. The universe loves to keep on giving to those who are grateful and happy to receive, and who give back to life from the heart with gratitude and positive attitude. This is such a healing time for you. The healer within is awakening, and your ability to give and receive healing energy is becoming more powerful. Your soul connection to animals, plants, and crystals will support your healing and increase your energy to attract and create positive life situations for yourself and for others."
So beautiful. And just remember, just because some people misuse cards in the past or in the present, beautiful words of wisdom from an angel like Angeline, and everything is just heart-touching, perfect for words to say. So please, have an open mind. Feel it in your heart. And send that heart love to everyone at Sierra Leone. Protection for the people, especially the children. At least I won't have screen atrophy. Yeah, the glasses too, right? Thanks to Diane, she sent these blue blockers, these ones that negate anything harmful that comes from the screen. But I don't see it when it's coming harmful from the screen because my energy is too strong, but this just gets my eyes to strain a little less, protecting the body. All is in attention, all is in your heart. Yes, Sunny, famous Canadian, crossed all the way around Canada in a wheelchair from one side and almost to the other side.
Incredible.
He was on the missing link, shared his story. He's living in Mexico right now. We're sending him love. And then, Sunny, let's all send that love to Sierra Leone, protection energy for the people and the children.
Even now, as we dance, it may not seem prayerful to some, and we will get into that, but even now, just raising that energy inside of you and that power inside of you taking this time to remember who you are and what you have the power to stir up within you so that we can send that out powerfully to others. In this time, just breathe in and remember who you are and feel who you are. Feel it through every blood cell, feel it through every muscle, feel it through your skin, through your eyes. Feel the strength and power and all that you are within you, even as you dance. Just feel that energy building up, remembering who you are. If you can even transmute the flesh that you're in and see yourself bigger. And a lot of things you can do when you're dancing is see yourself bigger. So if you can close your eyes and see the energy around you that you're swirling around and stirring up. Some people will see things that they can send out. If you want to send out, maybe you see a protective animal you can send out. Maybe you see love you can send out. Maybe you see energy you can send out. Sometimes some people will see jewels and diamonds and treasures they can send out. Just seeing that energy and sending it out to all the people.
Welcome, Simon. How are you doing today, brother?
Hi, Simon.
How you doing, bro? Niggas bouncing like.
It's good. I dance. I do martial arts training, stretching,
Good exercise.
skating, all kinds, having fun. I combine it all into one package at one time, so I'm doing good use of my time.
You want to get them hips? You want to get them hips? Cardio.
Cardio, yeah, that hard going.
Yeah, mixing, you know what I mean?
So today we are sending love and protection energy to all the people and the children in Sierra Leone. So David, the Indians in Brazil, he lives on a little island in Brazil. He asked us if we can send energy to them today. So we set this up, and now we're all combining, sending love, sending protection, energy, goodness, any good vibration we can send towards Africa and the people of Sierra Leone. Anybody that needs that love right now, there's all of us here. There's like probably at least 100 or pretty close. And we're here sending that energy, and it's just going to grow throughout the evening. And then, everybody else that connects to this energy, this is out there into the universe. Even though it's digitally, we're all still really here, right? This isn't an avatar of us. This is us communicating through this technology and being close to people around the world we want to be around. So, love you all, and just share that positivity and love and move that body and feel as good as I do, and this world will instantly be a better place.
Spiritually, we are not limited. So take your spirit self, your spirit energy, and remember and see who you are. But then spread that energy out and remind everyone out there who they are. Send that energy to them, reminding them who they are, the power they have, who they truly are, how much they're loved. As you remember, send out that remembering to everyone that comes to mind, to all the children, everybody. And if I dare to say it, even send it to the abusers, that they would stop thinking in lack, that they would stop thinking they'd have to do evil things out of fear, that they would stop being out of alignment with who they really are, and that they would remember who they are, and that would make them weep because they forgot to trust Source over their own man-made ways of making money and hurting other people to do it. So we just send out people remembering who they are to everybody, both the abused and the abusers.
People are not property. Let them be free.
Yeah.
Let them be free. Let them be free. Hallelujah.
Going to read a little bit from these lyrics.
You're so beautiful, Angeline. Every time I hear words come out of your mouth, it's like sweet songs, birds singing in my ears of just sweet melody, and I love you so much.
I love you too, and I hope that my words help you remember who you are, just because I see you. You are light. You are not what your family's done or your family's history. You're not the voices in your head, the programming. You're not the broken pieces inside. You're light. You're not any of the mistakes you've made. You're not any of the things that have caused you pain. You're not pieces of a dream that you've left behind or that you've lost. You are light.
Great.
You're not the color of your eyes. You're not the color of your skin on the outside. You're not your age. You're not your race. Your soul inside is pure light.
You're the soul. Everything is just the external. Everything is inside of you. You have that beautiful golden light inside of you like everybody else does. Don't let anyone take that away from you.
You are divinity defined. You are God on the inside. You are a star, a piece of it all. You are light.
Shining so bright.
So again, I ask you to just close your eyes and picture yourself who you are. See your bigness. See your unlimitedness. Remember.
Yes. This is so unhappy. I'm really happy right now. Thank you all for being here with us today.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Angeline.
Very welcome. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for anyone participating, because we're so big when we open up our awareness to the bigness.
Jesse's the man. Jesse's the man.
We danced for 13 hours straight one time. 13 hours at my house. I have this swimming pool house where DJs were in by the backyard where there was a lake. And it's just the most unreal. People would come to my house and they would
I
never
could
want to
never
leave.
imagine in my whole life I'll meet a nigga like Jesse, man. No, Jesse's the man.
Brother, yeah.
No, bro. Salute. Never trust this dude, man. Never. I'll be on your ass in a second. Yo, Angeline, man. You have the most sweetest voice on earth, man. You're an angel.
Aw, thank you.
You are a real angel, man. And I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
My whole heart is just that people would remember who they are and remember or know how loved they are, because I honestly believe that is the answer to everything. Because when we don't have fear and we remember how loved we are, we move differently. We live differently. We make different decisions. And we trust alignment more than fleshly power.
Damn.
People ask what they can do. That's what Angeline just said. And the whole world.
How can you hear that shit amongst all that stuff you're going on? God damn. This is what I mean. Like, people don't really understand the intricate details of shit that goes down. This dude has got some, like, wow. Like,
We turn that down just a bit. So it's been a good session. I think I'm going to put away weights for just a little longer. So we got to go around 9 more minutes.
Man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. You're awesome. 9 more minutes.
I really wish I could be doing exactly the same thing you're doing right now. I'll be wilding out, man. My daughter's in bed, so I can't be doing that shit.
Yeah, but right there, you can just be doing this, right? It's just moving a little bit. You don't have to be. It's just putting your arms.
I'm living voluptuously through you. I'm living voluptuously through you right now. I'm just like, yo, this dude is doing everything I want to do right now.
I actually heard someone talk, and I don't know how real this is because obviously I wasn't part of the case study, but they said out of 100 people that they had imagining that they were working out and that they weren't actually lifting weights, 60%, they gained a 60% increase in their not tonnage, but their how do you say their fitness. Gained by 60%, and so 30% is the actual physical, 60% is the mental.
You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, I was kind of intrigued by your lady. What's the name?
Angeline. Yeah.
Angeline. Are you married, Angeline?
I'm Jesse's girlfriend.
She's so what did you say? That humble? She's so humble. It's kind of incredible.
She's the most beautiful, incredible woman that I've ever met on the face of this earth. I've never seen anything more precious and beautiful in all of my existence.
Woo! Coming from you? Jesus Christ. Yo, bro. Jesse is I can't even explain him right now. I'm still trying to get my head around it. Jesse is not even like what you've seen in the movies or any sort of shit, man. Jesus Christ, man. I'm weighing that up, man. I'm looking at it. I'm sort of analyzing it. I'm like, woo. That's why I love Jesse, man. I love people turn around, say to me, "Oh, why do you say you love somebody?" It's not something that is just like something you just say.
Sure would rather say I love somebody than not.
Right. I like that saying, people randomly say they, HATE people all the time for no reason. So why can't we just know and love somebody?
Yeah, it's a different type of love, though. It's more sort of like, I respect you.
Yeah.
Golden rule: you treat others how you want to be treated. You put love into the atmosphere, and love is most responding kind.
And he does it. It's like it takes a certain type of person to do certain things. Like some niggas will go on the internet and do some stupid shit, like dance. But he makes it look cool. It's like, I'm like, yo, nigga.
Brother,
this is worldwide cool. I respect you.
Man, anytime I go to places and there's nobody dancing and we just start dancing and next thing you know, the whole place is dancing. It's amazing.
Because when you do things for you, not out of fear and, staying back and all that stuff, then other people just want to let go and do it for themselves as well. You want to feel good, you feel good. Get up and dance.
Yo, David, you still there?
Yes, I am, Diamond. Go ahead.
No, I was waiting for you to say something.
I'm just absorbing it all, brother. All of the wonderful love that we have here tonight. Unconditional love is what I say it is, because there's really no way to describe it. And what we're doing is we're trying to send prayers and prayers of peace and forgiveness to the people in Sierra Leone, Africa tonight. And so I don't have a lot of words, but I have a lot of emotion and a lot of passion and a lot of unconditional love to give to the people of Africa, not just Sierra Leone, but all of Africa. If anywhere in the world it deserves that type of compassion from everyone on the planet, it's Africa. And so it's nice to meet you. I'm here in Brazil, and Jesse is a wonderful person, and Angeline also, and a great couple, and a real example for what it is to be genuine and authentic, and a great dancer. Jesse's a great dancer.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Some people like to make fun of it, but I enjoy myself.
How do you know Jesse's a great dancer?
I can see him moving. I can see him moving already, almost 40 minutes, non-stop. I think he's on
know
6.
he's a great dancer.
Yeah.
He's a great dancer because he knows how to dance with his energy too.
He just seen you sitting on the seat. I mean, goddamn. All right.
And dancing is not just moving the body. Dancing is how you flow with the energy that Angeline was saying. How you actually reflect or mirror that energy all around you, and how you actually become bigger than your physical movement.
Jesse, we gotta hook up, Jesse, man. I love that vibe, man. I swear to God, I could go on all night, man. I'll be like partying with you, like clap, clap, clap. I swear to God, man, we gonna hook up. This is wild. I've never seen this. I've never seen another dude up on here with this type of energy, man. He's been going on. Look, he ain't moved. like we've been talking and shit. He's just like, blah, 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 blah.
Working on my breath, just being able to like calmly breathe and not exerting too much energy, but moving the body, not being too much impact on myself, but getting lots of exercise because there's 10 pounds in each hand. So every time I move, it's another 10 pounds lifted today. Lifting the weight of the world off everybody's shoulder.
Ooh, that's heavyweight conversations, dude.
Yeah.
You know, Jesse, one of the things interesting about space tourism and space travel is that astronauts have a really hard time with that resistance that you're talking about here on Earth with gravity and just lifting a 10-pound weight and the amount of force that has on you. In space, there is no resistance in zero gravity. So it makes it really difficult for humans to live outside of the planet and outside of gravity. And so what your experience is a very human experience.
You know what, David? You have a resistance to actually put your face on camera.
I have a resistance specifically?
No, you're reading it wrong, Simon. So he's been on the missing link. He's in his own little island with his wife on Brazil. In Brazil, they have limited power. They're on their own little private island. So when it gets dark, he doesn't have light. So today he was able to provide a light behind, so at least we can kind of see him. So if I think that's what you were kind of meaning, right?
All right. So David, do you have a smartphone?
Do I have I don't understand. What did you just ask?
Do you have a smartphone?
A smartphone?
Phone. Ding, ding, phone. Do you have a smartphone?
A smartphone. Yeah, that's what I use. I don't use a computer. I have only I have solar panels. We're off the grid, totally off the grid. I don't rely on the government at all.
Chill, bro. On your smartphone.
Yes.
You can.
I can probably get a better image if I move. If I move it around.
You just have to put your face towards the light instead of behind you, and then we can see your face.
I'm trying to talk to you, so I'm just saying, right? On your smartphone, right. There you go. You didn't need me to say that.
Yeah, he did. It's all with this energy is just all flowing. We all grow from everybody's energy. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you.
Hey, I can see his face.
Grow up, nigga.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really dark. It's really dark here. I don't know any other way to say it. And for many years, we didn't have electricity at all. I had to live without hot water, taking a hot shower.
Stop it. You're trying to just save yourself for no apparent reason.
Hey, crazy.
No saving here. I'm totally exposed. Totally exposing myself. Serious.
Exposing to what exactly? Stop being stupid. Look, as the world goes on, one way or another, you can't detract from exposing yourself. That's stupid. Like, we're living in this world. Like, whether I hate it. I don't like to be on camera. I'm not one to be sort of like, I like my face on this shit. Like, there's many people that like do YouTube channels and they do this imposed shit. Like, they put their face on shit. I hate that shit. If I ever put up a channel or something, I'm like respectful of people that actually come on my platform and like have a conversation. I ain't tagging people. I ain't doing any of that shit. You see?
Thanks.
You hear that sound? That sound? You hear that sound?
Yeah.
Angeline's ringing a Tibetan singing bowl.
What is it?
Angeline is ringing a Tibetan singing bowl. It's a healing frequency. They make these bowls and you make this sound and it vibrates in your hand as you're ringing the bowl. And it's just a beautiful. I have one here too.
I'm gonna read out some statements. Yeah.
Oh. I get where she's going. Oh, yo. Oh. Have you seen those? Oh, okay. Is that ritual? Is that like a daily ritual?
It's no rituals. We just play it when we feel like vibrating with our bow.
Hey.
All right. So, have you seen the Chinese ones with the two bulls? Like, should I
The
bring
water?
it up? Chinese. Oh, okay. I'll bring it up.
I'm going to read out some I am statements, but I'm going to read them out as you are. And I don't only want you to picture them as yourself, but send them out to the world as well. Because this is a prayer night. This night is a prayer night that was meant to send out good energy. So, just say, do you want to close your eyes and maybe hear them yourself or just feel them? You want to play the bowl, Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay. You are worthy. You are loved. You are supported. You are enough. You are abundant. You are protected. You are strong. You are powerful. You are fearless. You are brave. You are safe. You are lovable. You are wanted. You are beautiful and handsome. You are radiant. You are joyful. You are compassionate. You are patient. You are cherished. You are adored.
Damn.
You are healthy. You are resilient. You are kind. You are treasured. You are talented. You are creative. You are intellectual. You are fun. You are loving. You are confident. You are grateful. You are free. You are peaceful. You are grounded. You are whole. You are unstoppable.
Woo! Woo! This girl is on fire! Fire!
Unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Damn. Are
Unstoppable.
you married? God damn. Oh, I'm married this chick. God damn. Replica.
I'm Jesse's girlfriend.
Replica, not you, replica. Like, get me your girlfriend. Get me your girlfriend any day of the week. God damn. Wow. You know, I'm being real serious, right? There are not many women on earth that can do that shit.
I'm gonna guess that your love language is words of affirmation. Have you heard of the love languages?
Lots of people communicate with different love languages, so
I don't think you appreciate yourself. I'm just saying there are not many women on earth that can do that shit. Look, we are real professional people over here, right? This ain't a joke. Like, I'm serious. Like, look.
You know what we're honestly in love with, though, when we hear those things, is we're in love with truth. We're in love with Source speaking truth over us. We're in love with who we truly are. And we need to hear that because it lifts us up, and we need to hear that. And something is right about it. Something's in alignment. And when we feel that, we are drawn to it because it's truth. It's the truth, right?
Living in God's will.
We are all those things.
The thing about truth is, many people see truth as a manipulation. Okay, so they can't ascertain like whether that is the truth or not. So it always becomes a gray subject. But what I'm saying is, you, ding ding, okay.
Oh, that's really loud. But when it comes from Source, it's truth. Like we're humans are infallible. I'm infallible. We're all we're all, subject to distortion. But when it comes from Source, we know it from our highest self.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for discovering the one and only on earth. I don't know what's going on here. Jesus Christ.
She's the most precious soul I've ever met.
Like, yeah. Keep her away from me because I can't say that I'm gonna be good. Okay. Keep away from
I can't say that I wouldn't have a nice uppercut. Holly, you can for you. One guy flew right off his feet into the bushes. Him and his gangsters buddies surrounded me and he hit me. And then I went and I was by myself and I was totally hammered. And then I started walking and I saw some guys I went to college with.
I'm not ready.
There was a bunch of them. I said, oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm like, there's 5 of them. I'm like, you guys got my back? They're like, yeah, we do. I walked up to the guy that hit me, the biggest one of them all, and I Hollywood-kenned him, and he flew right into the bushes off his feet. And then one guy broke a bottle, had to block him, and all the other guys watched me fight the 4 guys. They were gangsters, and these were college men or kids, and they were too scared to help me, so I had to fight them all by myself.
No.
Yo, bro, this is a whole movie, man.
It is. And tonight we're focusing on the movie of Sierra Leone and the hardship of Freetown. That's what we're focusing on because that movie is incredible and it's unbelievable. And that's why the compassion and the authentic nature that Angeline just mentioned is so important because the vibrations that we're sending really need to be genuine and need to be. I'm not talking about serious. I mean, we can laugh and we can dance and have fun and celebrate, but the history is written in the books. We know what the problems that we faced. And so that's why we're praying. That's why we're trying to send the power of forgiveness, not only forgiveness for other people, but forgiveness within ourselves. Because when we see that true light of our unconditional love that we have for ourselves, then we can offer that to the rest of the world, like Sierra Leone. And so, are you familiar with Sierra Leone by any chance? Do you know the any of the history?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Simon? Is your name Simon?
My name's Leon.
Larry
Sierra
on
Leone.
Simon, Sierra Leone. Could you please let us know what you know about Sierra Leone there, Simon? Are you actually from Sierra Leone? Is that what you're telling us here? Would that not be like incredible?
Yeah, my name's look. I do this with my daughter, right? look, I love you, bro. Like, from my heart, right? Don't test me. Like, don't act like I'm ignorant, okay? Okay, right? Because we're gonna get off on the wrong foot, like quickly. Like, so if you're gonna actually say a question, say that question and be quick with it, okay? Please, right? Because the way you speak is like my daughter talking to me. I got a 6-year-old daughter in the back, and she says stuff quicker than you. So please, just don't try
Yeah.
to be like wavy. Be
No, but
real.
that's the power of being a child and innocent, is that you say exactly what's on your mind and what's authentic. So by us becoming older and mature and more educated and wise and what have you, we tend to lose that authentic nature of our childness.
Yeah, but you're speaking to
And
me,
so,
so you had a question. Don't go elaborating about.
no, I was just wondering if you are involved or intimate and have any type of background understanding of Sierra Leone, specifically Freetown. That was the
Yeah, I
question.
do. My ex-wife was from Uganda. Okay, so I explored
Uganda.
Africa. Yeah.
Okay.
So I explored Africa on a broad sense.
Okay.
Although
Great.
I knew nothing about it previously. I had no idea about what Africa was. Although I was a black man in the UK, I had no fucking idea. Like, it
Right.
was just like, when I met her, she started breaking that shit down in terms of like the continents and the fact that we was part of you know, this, that, whatnot. Yeah, I didn't know. So,
Right.
what is your understanding?
Well, up to 2 months ago, Simon, I had zero understanding of. I knew what Africa was, obviously, as a continent, but I never really had any intimacy in any direct compassion for the history of racism and separation and human trafficking and slavery and all of the issues with the children that are happening today. Like right now, kids are dying today. Estimate of 8,000 children died today around the globe. So just recently,
wait. Okay, so are you talking about Africa? Or are you talking about the globe? What are you talking about?
primarily the emphasis is in Africa and specifically in Sierra Leone, in Freetown, because that's where the original trading for humans, slave trading, started. In a lot of the history of black people come
Yo,
from the roots of
Jesse, you got time for this?
What are you talking
this is
about?
Jesse's platform. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
but it's not just that it's my platform tonight. I don't know if you read. We're here sending energy, talking about Sierra Leone, sending them love, making people aware of what's going on, so they can connect their energy, so we can maybe make a difference if more people knew of what was really happening there. And the exploitation, David, I'm not sure if you're aware of, but England and France has been stealing all the wealth. So a lot of the stuff that you're talking about is a byproduct of a a continent that's being really exploited and taken advantage of, and all the money's being siphoned to France and Spain and England. They have these like deals or whatever, and so that's what's keeping one of the richest places on earth. There's so much abundance there, but because of the way it's being exploited, there's no balance, and then there's all the byproduct of what you're talking about happens because of it.
Yeah, and that's, Jesse, exactly why the forgiveness is so important, because a white guy like me that really has no background, when I make contact 2 months ago, my first initial contact was like an alien, like ET. And the people there are very hesitant, and they think that everyone that goes there is trying to exploit them and not really trying to bring peace and harmony and unconditional love. They don't believe that. They think like I'm a scam or something, or anybody, not just me specifically. I don't think I'm targeted or anything. I'm just saying that the forgiveness that we're talking about tonight is an overall forgiveness, regardless of what color you are, or what your background is, any of your history. It's a forgiveness of everything, so that we can become childlike again, and we can really be innocent. And through that innocence, then we can change our humanity. Yeah.
Right. So when you say become childlike again, what does that humanity look like?
It looks very playful and joyful and wonderful.
So are we all skipping around and like having fun?
Right now, I think we're avoiding the truth, like what Angeline was saying.
No, that's not wait. That's not one way.
Well, that's the skipping. That's the skipping around.
You're bringing it back to sort of like celebrity personalities. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. Okay.
All
right. So what do you want? Do you want us to all be in a situation where there's this dystopia situation, and we're all just skipping, dancing, holding hands, and nothing's wrong? Is that what you say?
Well, actually, in consciousness, there is nothing wrong. In unconditional love, there is no condition, which means that there is no problem.
Bro, you're not answering the question.
Am I asking for utopia? And am I asking for people to ignore?
I am. I know exactly how it should be, and it's yes. The answer is yes, Simon.
What's the answer?
Yes.
Yes,
that's what people should be doing.
Doing what?
Dancing and smiling and enjoying life, because when the vibration changes from exploitation to love and forgiveness and honesty and honor, then everybody is dancing, smiling, eating, and having a joyous time here, instead of the pain, misery, and suffering that's happening with the exploitation of this place in current state.
I agree with that.
But we're not talking about ignoring. We're not talking about ignoring anything. We're talking about being awakened and enlightened. And the fact is that in life, good and bad exist together in yin and yang.
No, they don't.
They actually must do. That's the natural law. That's natural law.
No. That's the misconception. That's the misconception. Yang was created to justify shitty behavior. Thing is supposed to be here vibrating all together without having darkness, without having this black, having to have bad to know the good. That's a misconception that's been taught. It was the Brahmins that said that, they introduced evil into consciousness through religion. And that's, they take credit for the first ones that created this misconception that evil has to be here for us to know good. Right. And when people think it's supposed to be here, it justifies shitty behavior.
Yeah, what I'm talking about is energy. Energy requires positive and negative. You cannot generate energy without a grounding.
All right, so David,
and so the negative is not an evil. I'm not talking about evil. What I'm talking about is polar opposites. It takes two sides of the equation to make a total equation. You don't have one side ever in nature. There's always life and death. There's a cycle of
love and self. Love and self. Love and self is the two polar opposites.
David, are you happy?
I'm joyful, very happy. Thank you. Thank you for considering my happiness.
So what's your complaint?
I'm not in a complaint situation. All I'm trying to do is answer the cries and pleas and the prayers that people from Sierra Leone are sending all across the globe. That's
Yeah, but
all.
why? Listen, bro. If you really cared about them, you'll be on a plane right now and you'll be over there. You won't be talking about this shit.
Having this particular event right now and having Jesse and Angeline do this is as effective
No,
as being
bro,
over
you
there
are weak.
physically.
Listen, bro. Look.
I'm not weak. How am I weak?
Listen, bro. I do this shit all day long. Like, I will go over there and do that shit that I'm talking
Dude,
about. All you're doing is mouthing off. You're going blah, 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 blah.
not
Like,
mouthing off at all, sir.
you
You
are
don't even
mouthing
know
off.
me. I'm not
Oh, so
mouthing
God,
off
please
about
be nice to my
anything.
friend.
I
This
ain't
is
trying to
my
get
friend
personal with
David,
you,
and
bro,
not
bro,
being nice to
bro.
him is not being nice to me.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not trying to get personal with you. I'm not. I'm just saying you can't complain unless you're actually
it's not a
being
complaint.
actual factual. You are complaining. You're mouthing off. You're going, oh, these people over here. Have you been to Sierra Leone? Have you been there?
I've been all over the world and I've seen the pain
I
and
didn't
suffering
ask
that
you that.
Jesse's
No way.
talking about. And I've seen the separation and I've seen the dominance and control that people try to have over other
What is that?
people.
I asked you a
And
specific
so I
question,
don't
bro.
need to go see any
Yo, bro.
more of it. What we're trying to do is
Nah.
send peace and forgiveness tonight. That's all
Things
we're trying to
change.
do.
Things change like your Nikes, okay? There's a new season every year, okay? You can say you did this in your past, that is irrelevant. Have you been to Sierra Leone? The thing that you prophesized, thing that you've been speaking about so emotionally about, have you been
That's
there in
correct.
last year? Have you been there?
I have been there. I have been there in spirit, in my heart, in unconditional love. That's what I
Yeah.
don't need to be there. In life, the only 1% of our existence is physical. 99% is energy. And so
Hmm.
my energy and my intelligence has been there. I've been
All
in
right,
the rooms.
all
I've
right,
listened to the
all right.
prayers.
Simon,
I'm not
Simon,
being
Simon,
rude.
before you respond, Simon, please, before you respond, maybe this will help you comprehend what he was just saying. When Angeline and I were discussing tonight and we were on the video call, we're chatting, she's reading all about Sierra Leone, the history and all of that. So as she's doing that, I'm feeling there, I'm imagining there, I'm hearing the stories and living what's going on there so I can really know in my heart and feel it. So yes, well, we're there because Angelina and I took us there. He's been there because he's been researching. I think you've even talked to some people from Sierra Leone. We're really here tonight in different parts of the world sending love to them. And if you want to be part of that, then awesome. We'd love to have you be a part of that. But David, we put this thing on here together. So please be nice to him because this is about Sierra Leone, not about egos or who's doing what right now, please. Thank you.
Yes. And we don't want to offend anyone like Simon. It's really, we appreciate that you're participating and that we're
Don't
together.
patronize me,
We
nigga.
are one.
No,
What?
you're patronizing. Look. The thing is like,
I'm,
look, if I look, I'll give you this example, right? Um, I appreciate that Americans are very passionate about. He tried to hit my nerve, so I'm gonna hit a nerve. Okay, I'm not being rude. Like, I appreciate Americans are very passionate. Okay, I don't know anything about what you're living through. Okay, in comparison to my life in London, you may be in a city, you may be in the suburbs, you may be in a rural situation, whatever. I would try to make an educated guess. And even at that, I'm not even going to follow my own lead. I'm going to try to reach out to somebody that knows better than I do without being, discriminatory. And most people find that really hard to do. To be honest, like most people like find it really hard to do. It's like, I make connections with certain people. There's a certain reason why I'm on this platform. It's not for clout. It's not for chasing. It's not for numbers. This that real. The fact of the matter is, I love my brother Jesse because he's gonna speak some facts at the end of the day. That's what's gonna happen. Now, most people might not really understand that shit because, like, you see the interviews and like we go on live, and we'll banter around and do this. Nah, look. The thing is what you need to really understand is we're really middle aged on this platform, okay? And we're like, the message is, we got the rest of our lives to live. Have you ever thought about the fact that you're never ever gonna be here again?
Maybe you might not, but other people definitely can.
Well, what I was going to say, Jesse, is that that's not a fact. You can't say that that's a fact because nobody has proven any of that. In fact, all of the science that we have says that life never ends and that you can go and come at any time that you want, and that the past, present, and future, you have lived 1,000 lives in the past and you can live 1,000 more in the future.
Yes.
But
Preach,
you
Pastor,
can also,
preach.
yeah, exactly. Well, what I'm saying is when people use the word fact, Jesse, when people say something is a fact or something is absolute and it's not absolute, that's the first sign. Or when somebody says everybody, like discrimination. In my opinion, everyone is discriminated. It's not based on the color of your skin, like a racial thing.
No, you're not getting what I'm
we
saying,
are discriminated, bro. Just being ourselves because we are like aliens. This is the first time that Simon has met me, and there's already some fear of a difference. There's some difference. There's not that common unity that is connecting us. That's not our common. It's not our common.
Definitely a bit of friction. I noticed the friction.
No, I'm good. Okay, I've no fear. Like, this is the thing. It's kind of hilarious that you actually will say something like that. The thing is like, what you don't want to do is look in the mirror and understand that potentially you only have about 20 years left.
50 minimum. And maybe another 50. I'd like to be here 150, 180 years. But
yeah, you're shaking your head.
But
you're shaking your head. It's like you can't deal with it. You can't deal with it. So therefore you ignore it. And what happens is you spout out all this ignorant bullshit.
No, it's all science.
Yeah, be nice to my friend.
Simon, it's all science-based. The fact is, we have been programmed ever since we were born that we were going to be born, we were going to get older, we were going to get sick, and we were going to die. That's how we're programmed. And the fact is that that's all bullshit, because actually when we're born, we're already old. We've already lived thousands of lives. And this life is an opportunity for us to become childlike again and actually become younger. So we have science and we have proof that you can live forever. Simon, would you like to live forever? Would you like to live forever?
What's that got to do with anything? I'm not talking about that.
That has a lot to do with it, because everything comes from your.
Explain that.
That has everything, because if you do not want to live forever, you will not live forever. You will get old, you will get sick, and in 20 years you're going to die, and you're going to have cancer, and you're going to follow that. But if you have, go ahead.
You need to you need to appreciate the people you're around. Okay, right now you're talking in circles. I don't even know what you're talking about. The thing is like, I get to an extent that you've been in certain set of circumstances that make you think the way you think. But the fact of the matter is not many people want to actually deal with the fact that you only have a certain amount of time on Earth. Okay. Now, what I
That's
do appreciate is being around people that can actually allow us to like have the freedom of the thought processes that we were not able to like you know animate in our previous lives. Like so when I saw like Jay doing this sort of like disco thing or whatnot, it's like anyone could say anything about it, but at least I had the opportunity to see that shit. At least I'm around the right people that can go, okay, like, they can give me a perspective. I'm grounded like that. I'm humble based on the fact that I'm not ignorant enough to turn around and go, yo, I ain't gonna pass away in the next like 20, 40 years. You could walk around the damn corner and get knocked over by a bus. You're gonna have this damn stupid ego with you. What do you
well, if
really
God
what do you
if
really
God
want?
if God wants you to be here on earth and express God's consciousness, God's going to keep you here on earth. If God doesn't like what you're doing or saying, he's going to reincarnate you over and over and over again until you learn one behavior, and that behavior is unconditional love. And it starts with yourself. And when that happens, the only thing that you can offer anybody ever after that is unconditional love. And that is the transformation that our humanity is going to go through. And our life is going to change dramatically because the science is available and the intelligence that we have is available. But people are saying factual things that are not factual at all. And they're
Do
all
you have a partner?
fear-based. Like,
Do you
oh,
have a
you have
partner?
20 years to live, and you have to
Do you have
face the reality that you only have 20 years to live. That's not true. Nobody knows that. No one has ever discovered it in all the science that we have. So I'm talking about science and mathematics. I'm not
God damn.
talking about my own
Wait,
personal
wait,
intellectual
wait.
opinion.
I was trying to be kind with you, okay? Like you
I,
you really need to do your research on me because listen, bro, when you start talking, it sounds like you don't really understand what you're talking about. When you're talking about you don't have 20 years, how old are you?
I'm 60. And when I
So you're
shave my
gonna
beard, I look like I'm
I,
20. And
I don't care
everyone,
about
and
you
I live,
shaving. Wait, I didn't ask you about you shaving your beard. Okay, you're
no,
60.
but
So 70, 80, 90. So how long do you think you're gonna live?
I'm going to live forever.
All right, whatever. I can't speak to
No, it'd
deceased.
be a different question if you wanted to know how long does your physical meat suit, how long are you physically going to be here in this same body you're in? Maybe if you asked it a little bit more specific, because everybody lives forever. Energy never, dies. It just gets transferred from one place to another. So as your soul energy, you continue
Yeah,
living on.
we're talking about this dimension. He's talking about another dimension.
No, I
No,
know, but
no,
I
but
don't
we are
get where the
talking about
disconnect
people.
was. So just ask it a little bit more
Well,
direct if that's the question you want
yeah, but
answered.
Jesse, even in India, there's people that are over 1,500 years old. So we know that if God wants you to be here and
What
you
Totally,
want
evidence
to be
do you
here
have
totally,
of that?
totally,
What are you
totally. This is
talking
heaven.
about,
I don't
bro?
want to leave.
What are you
in
talking
in, in
about?
India. In India, there are people that are 1,500 years old that live in caves and live
Where's the
away from
evidence of that?
society.
Where's the evidence of that?
What is the essence of it? Did you say?
Evidence, evidence.
The evidence of these people in
Yes.
India, the spiritual, the difference between Western and Eastern philosophy is about the
You see,
preservation of life.
this is where I get kind of twisted about things, like in terms of like, there's a whole conversation about like why women do not trust men. And I pity the women that get with men that talk this shit in terms of like, like, goddamn, like, listen, you cannot substantiate what you're talking about.
What do
It's
you
like,
mean?
what are you
But
talking
neither can
about,
you.
I'm
He's got a happy marriage and a wife that lives on an island together with him. So that's not a very nice thing to say, man. Have you been drinking tonight or something? What's wrong with you? Wrong side of the bed?
No. The fact of the matter is that ain't gonna last.
For who?
What's
It
not
doesn't
going
have
to
to
last?
last for you. He's living his life and he's a beautiful soul. He came on The Missing Link and expressed himself so eloquently. I love this guy. And so anybody that's,
I love
not
him as
happy with
well, but
him up
I'm just
here
saying, like, it ain't
is
gonna end
being
well.
not
You know what I'm
nice to
saying?
me.
It's like it ain't gonna end well. So, like, he can pick what he wants, and you can say what you want. But I'm just saying,
Well,
Not
there's
gonna
no
end well
what's
for
not?
opinion
who
in
though?
there's no opinion in between. And the thing is like, you know, I've been in this situation the same way he has. And the fact of the matter is if you have no one in between, you're always gonna think the way you're gonna think. And some shit's gonna go on in the rest of the world, and you're not gonna be partial to it. And all of a sudden, that's gonna bring your whole fucking kingdom down. Because
Well,
you seem to think that it's okay like that, and that's fine. You know, that's fine. I'm
I,
not putting that shit down. I'm just saying you gotta be aware to a certain extent.
Si-
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Simon. Actually, the good news is that the power is in you. It's in everybody. In the responsibility is also with you. So you can live a certain way and you can respond a certain way, but that's your choice. And you always
No,
have that choice.
no,
But when it
no,
comes to
no.
mathematics and in science, we have to face the facts. And when you say something is factual, we need to expose the evidence of what we know through scientific method and trials and studies and
Expose
testing.
what exactly? I mean, what are you talking about? You're
Like
talking
you
about
just said
saying
that we have to die in
no.
20
Wait,
years or
no, bro.
something.
All right.
That's not
I
factual.
love
You don't
I
have
love
to
the
die
fact
in
that I love the
20
fact
years.
that I'm dealing with someone that's on my level. For I just put that on. I just put that on record. Okay. I love that. Okay. I'm just saying you've placed yourself in a position where you think that you're okay, but you're not. I'm just saying that because
What do you mean? I'm not unaware of my okayness is God's blessing that He's bestowed on me ever since I was born, and also you. We are all perfect. Our world says that we are imperfect and that we are sinners and that we've been taught all of these ideologies and all of these principles in programming. But the fact is, you are perfect, Simon. You are perfect.
I'm
And,
not
and you're
perfect.
and
That's
you are
stupid.
perfect. That is not
No,
stupid. That's natural. That's
no,
natural law.
there's
God
nothing.
is perfect and you are God. God is inside of you and
Oh
you are
boy.
inside of
All right.
God.
This is the problem.
Created in God's image.
All right. You have
It's,
your own island. Is that correct?
it's not my own island. I'm a caretaker. I've come
Yeah,
here.
but
God brought me here
do
to
you have
take
a
care of this place.
do you have a woman on that island?
At this moment, my wife, it's my wife. It is a woman, and she is not on the island with me. She's with the grandchildren.
So
And so I'm
so
here. I'm here
if you
alone.
if you if you chose to lay your hands on her, what's what's the repercussions?
What do you mean, lay? My like abuse her or something?
If you got angry and you
I
laid
don't
your
get
fist,
angry. I
wait,
have
no, I
unconditional
didn't
love
say
for.
that shit. I didn't say that shit. I'm asking you hypothetically, if you laid if you laid your hands on her on this island, right? What would
That's
be the
correct.
repercussion? Could she call the police? Could she do that? Could she do that?
Absolutely, she could do whatever she wants to do, but that would never be the
Oh,
case because
okay.
I
Wait, so
unconditionally love my
right,
wife.
so if she,
I
wait, wait, so
unconditionally love everyone. I
no,
wouldn't lay
wait.
hands on
Back off
anyone.
for a second, bro. If she called the police, how long is the police gonna take to get to your island?
I don't know. Never tested it. It could
Right.
be
So
days. It
what
could
are
be
you
weeks.
exactly? What are you exactly?
I'm off the coast of Sao Paulo, Brazil, on an
You're a
island.
fucking control freak, nigga.
I'm a
How
what?
how can you how
Please
can you
don't use
bring
that word here.
wait a sec? How can you bring a woman over to an island where she has no rights in terms of your like human behavior, in terms of whether you're right or wrong, or whether you're gonna snap or not, or whether you're gonna walk in and be in a good mood or in a bad mood. You literally brought a woman onto another island and isolated her because you're that controlling. You are a hyper control freak. For real.
That's not. Yeah, that's your opinion, but that's not the reality because
that's
Simon,
the reality. I would
no,
never, ever do that to a woman.
Natural law takes control over every man-made law or condition. If you are abusive to yourself or anyone else, God is going to eliminate you. You're not going to be able to drink the water. You're going to drown with one mouthful of water. You will drown. And so natural law is what we need to follow in our world. The judicial system is obviously broken, and how we abuse women and children is awful. It's ridiculous, and that's what we're talking about tonight, about the prayers of forgiveness.
So why did you bring this woman over to your island?
I didn't bring her here. She came in union. We came together. It was a partnership and understanding, a love affair.
Did you know her father?
Did I know her father?
Yeah.
I just, no, I didn't. She's an older woman.
Exactly. This is what I mean.
Yeah, but what by me knowing her father, does that have anything to do with the island?
Woman, you're picking up a vulnerable woman and bringing her over to your island because you want to be an egotistical asshole. That's what you want to do.
No, that's
my
not
wife
cool,
is
man.
more. My wife.
What's wrong with you?
Starting to lift my blood a little bit there, Simon.
Yeah, yeah, but my wife is actually more of a man than I am. She would kick my ass. I would be asking her a question. If you beat up your husband, can he get defense? That's what I would be asking. You don't know my wife. You don't know my wife.
I'm not saying I do. I'm not pointing.
As the Sierra Leone Creoles are descendants of African Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, and Africans who were rescued by anti-slavery patrols from the West Africa Squadron of the British Royal Navy. Today, the Creole people number over 100,000 people and make up about 1.2% of the Sierra Leonean population. The first to find a colony in Sierra Leone were 411 African American and Afro-Caribbean settlers who arrived in the year 1787. These settlers partly consisted of African Americans who had joined British forces during the American Revolutionary War and were promised freedom from enslavement. These settlers arrived in successive waves to the western area of Sierra Leone, and in the year 1792, the city of Freetown was founded by Nova Scotian settlers. The Nova Scotian settlers were formerly enslaved African Americans who joined British forces during the American Revolutionary War.
Yeah, that's hard
After the British lost the American War of Independence, they kept their promise to the former slaves and resettled them mainly in Nova Scotia, Canada. In later years, many of these African Americans migrated to Sierra Leone and usually referred to themselves as Nova Scotians. The next arrivals were Jamaican Maroons, who were descendants of Africans who freed themselves from slavery on the colony of Jamaica and established communities of free black people in the island's mountainous interior. Around 600 of them were deported by the British authorities in Jamaica and were resettled in Sierra Leone. Later on, many Afro-Caribbean immigrants from Barbados, the Bahamas, and Bermuda also migrated to Sierra Leone and settled in settlements across the Freetown Peninsula throughout the course of the 19th and early 20th centuries. The last major group of immigrants to Sierra Leone were the liberated Africans or recaptives. They originated mainly from many West African ethnic groups, particularly the Yoruba people, the Akan people, the Igbo people, and the Fulani people. This mingling of African Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, and liberated Africans over several generations in the late 18th and early 19th centuries led to the eventual formation of a Creole identity. This mix of different people groups also led to the development of what is now the Creole language, a Creole language which contains heavy influences from British English, African American Vernacular English, Jamaican Creole, indigenous West African languages, and other European languages. The Creole language has also greatly influenced other pidgin languages such as Nigerian Pidgin English, Cameroonian Pidgin English, and the Pachinglis language of Equatorial Guinea. Here is a sample of the Creole language being casually spoken.
My name is Malcolm Finney, and the language where they talk na Creole. I think it's important for I use this language because a language we relate to me culture, a language we me, my wife, my family, then we all be using a language with importance to me.
Today, over 98% of the Creole people adhere to Christianity, particularly Protestant Christianity. The Creole people were particularly instrumental in the spread of Christianity throughout West Africa by serving as missionaries and clergymen. The migration of the Creole people throughout West Africa also led to the formation of several other Creole ethnic groups such as the Saro people of Nigeria, the Aku people of the Gambia, and the Creole Fernandinos of Equatorial Guinea. The Creole people have historically been very influential in intellectual, technocratic, artisanal, and commercial life by actively participating in multiple fields of scholarly and civic importance. Notable members of the Creole community include Davidson Nicol, who made a major breakthrough in the treatment of diabetes by being the first to discover the breakdown of insulin in the human body. John Farrell Eastman, who coined the term blackwater fever and wrote the first clinical diagnosis of the disease linking it to malaria. Sir Samuel Lewis, who was the first mayor of Freetown and first West African to receive a knighthood, and Idris Elba, who was one of the most successful actors in the world.
Yeah, actually, Jesse, when they just ended with Mr. Elba, it's very interesting because in front of Sierra Leone, the big island of Sierra Leone is a smaller island called Sherbro Island. And Mr. Elba right now is creating a smart city there, and with the UK's help. And so the way that all of that has ended, that whole history is very interesting because really it's resting right now on Mr. Elba. And there's a lot of influence, like you were saying, coming from the UK. In the United States specifically, I'm not coming in. Right now, I'm representing Brazil, quite honestly. I'm not saying I'm an American guy trying to, help save the people of Africa. What I am saying is that I live here. I'm a dual citizen. I live in Brazil, and I'm trying to bridge between Brazil and Africa. And so, but the UK and the influence of the UK and these areas of exploitation primarily in the mining, the gold mining and all of the mining is really the issue. And Mr. Elber is actually pretty, from what I understand, a pretty authentic person and genuine, and really has the true intentions there for this smart city. So I don't know if you wanted to make any comments, or if Angeline or anyone else in the audience, but that was an interesting historical piece. I don't know. For me, it was pretty complicated. I hadn't seen that piece over the time that I've investigated and gathered information, but for me, it wasn't really that valuable, quite honestly. It was kind of, I don't know, like you said, maybe propaganda or something.
Yeah, just talking about the people, there was a lot of truth in there, but it seemed like they weren't fully disclosing about that area and how it came into formation, just how their colonization had affected it. So it was good, but it wasn't true historical about the area, where there's just some missing pieces that I didn't like.
Yeah. Great. So, I don't know how much more right now. We're going on 1 hour and almost 50 minutes. And so I don't know if you want to try to limit to the 2 hours. If there's anything
no. Sometimes we go 4 hours or whatever. We we just go. We haven't done the guided meditation yet. You know, and right now while these healing frequencies on, we're playing more of the you know, Tibetan singing bowl. So it just got a little bit, you know, kind of the energy was kind of, you know, distracted from Sierra Leone a little bit, right? So I think we want to get back on there. So I'm going to look for a guided meditation for us.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Is it cold there, Angeline? Is it a little chilly? Are you up in Canada?
Yep, it's definitely a lot of snow right now coming down, that's for sure.
Yeah. I think today or yesterday was the first day of autumn there, correct? I think we're moving into fall. So the warm weather's coming. That's good news.
Yep, it's almost spring here.
Yes, but you can spend more time outdoors doing the hiking and the work that you guys do together in nature.
And we're definitely excited for some trails and basketball and going for some walks.
Yes, we love basketball.
You love basketball. I do too. I used to enjoy that a lot. On the island here, we actually were, my younger son, Dylan, he wanted me to build a small court because we used to play around, but you know, it didn't really kind of fit into the nature scene here. So I really don't have much exercise is one of the weaknesses about living here. We have some exercise equipment and what have you, but it's really very primitive. And for me, you know, to do exercise and to have the movement in the flow, I really enjoy dancing. And I when I'm here alone, I play the radio all the time. Antena is our local radio station in São Paulo, and it's free, and it's also not like Spotify that I have to select songs. It's all 70s and 80s and classics and rock and roll, and it's all English. So I just turn on the radio in the morning when I wake up, and I just move, and I spend a lot of time outside, grounded and just kind of flowing. And I wouldn't even say it's yoga or Tai Chi or anything like that. It's just dancing. It's just flowing. And so dance is so wonderful, so natural, such a great expression of the high vibration. So do you have
what you do is Dave Chi.
A what?
What you do is Dave Chi.
Dave Chi. Yeah, kind of. I kind of wing it. I go as God wants me to follow, and I just flow, and that's all. So, and it's a combination. That's what's nice about. I used to be a chef in my training, which is very interesting because people don't realize that I made a living for like 15 years in hotels and restaurants and in hospitality. And now what I do is I instead of working with food, I work with concepts in things like technology, in spirituality, and plant medicine, and so I'm still like a chef. I'm still related to service, but it's a different. I don't cook anymore. I don't eat. I don't really believe that people need to eat. I don't. I believe that our human body is adaptive, and I believe that the future we're going to be in space. And the last thing you want to do in space is to eat and put food in your stomach, because what happens is you have to poop. And Elon Musk just did last year, they put four tourists up into space for the first time for space tourism overnight. And they spent 2 nights in a capsule. And it was a success. The rocket launched, the capsule went out, it came back, they recovered it. But their only weakness, Jesse, that they had was that the toilet on the space shuttle failed. And so when people went up there, they had filled up their stomach thinking, I'm going to be in space for 2 days. I'm going to get full now so I don't have to fast or anything like that. But when you fill up your stomach, anything that goes into your body comes out. anything. And so the failure was that they had to poop, and the toilet would not discharge the poop. So the poop was floating around inside, if you can imagine that. And they said that the odor was awful. And so the negative side of this flight operation, the mission, was simply human waste. And so I
what
think
you're
that
saying is
human,
space is pretty shitty.
well, Elon Musk is bringing up a lot of tonnage of stuff in satellites and basically polluting the sky. And I've said to Elon Musk directly, I said, Elon, have we not destroyed Earth enough? Have we not polluted and shit all over ourselves and all over this planet? Now what we're going to do is go ahead and pollute the whole universe. And you know, no response, because, you know, that's a failure. But that's not a failure necessarily technologically. That's a failure of our human evolution. We haven't gotten to a point where we don't need to eat. We can take the sun and we can take the prana, which is basically called breatharian, being a breatharian and living on life force alone. And I'm not even talking like right now, sometimes I only drink water for like 9 days. I'll just have fresh mineral water and I'll take sun, and I feel very healthy. I don't feel contaminated or toxic at all. And so what I think that our human evolution is going through, at least my own personal, is not to have to put things into my system so that I don't have to discharge them. And that's really, I'm a chef. I grew up around food. I'm supposed to be promoting food and beverage and having a good time and really in consuming. I used to make money on that. And now I hesitate and I say to people, really, the idea is not to consume. Only consume when you need to consume it. I'm not saying don't ever eat and don't ever enjoy something, but when you do, really savor it. Don't just shove it in your mouth in like emotionally eating, which I used to do because I used to work a lot like everyone else. And I'd only have like 20 minutes during the day to have lunch or something. And I would just try to fill up my stomach to satisfy my emotional desire of not starving or thinking that I might starve if I don't eat or I'm going to get sick or something like that. But through the act of fasting, I think we found that really it's more of an emotional attachment to food that we have, and also the programming of having breakfast, lunch, and dinner and having certain times of the day. And if you miss that cycle, oh my God, it's like the end of the world if I don't have a cup of coffee in the morning with toast and honey, you know? And so I think that, and this is coming from a person that trained in food, that food is not necessary. And I went into food when I was younger, Jesse, because I had to make a decision. And the decision, I lived in Rhode Island in the United States, which is basically tourism. It's the ocean state. And as a young child, I looked around and everyone I knew worked at a restaurant or a bar or a nightclub or something like that. So I said to myself early on, people are always going to have to eat, which means that you're always going to need people to cook and serve you. And so I went into the business thinking that I was going to really protect that. And now at 60 years old, I'm looking back saying that wasn't the truth. People don't have to eat. People don't have to consume like that, like over consumption in kind of abusive treatment for our human body. And so it's weird how when we get older, we get wiser, we get more informed, and we also have time to test things. Like right now on the island, I spend a lot of time alone, so I can tell you I don't cook. And when my wife does shop, she does it to try to save me. She doesn't do it really for the nutritional benefits of whatever she buys, because most of the stuff in the supermarket is total trash. It's garbage. It's all processed food. So a lot of the times when she's not here, I don't even eat anything. When she comes back, she's like, David, what have you eaten? You know, how did you survive? And I basically say, I drank a lot of water and it works. And I feel healthy and I don't get sick. I don't have any like diabetes or high blood pressure, or I don't have any pre-existing condition. And so actually, I feel like I am getting younger by not consuming and not being emotionally charged by, some addiction or some behavior that's not necessary. It's not natural. Like when I first started to be alone here on the island, my wife would leave. I went through panic, like Tom Hanks on Castaway, thinking that you're alone on an island. I don't even speak the language here, which makes it a little bit more fearful for me in the sense of trying to survive. If something really happened, I wouldn't even be able to call somebody to get a boat or anything like that. But the food was the number one thing that I had to overcome emotionally. So when my wife would leave, she would always leave an abundance amount of food, and I would eat it. If it was here, I would eat it. But after a while, I started to learn that I don't need the food. It's an emotional attachment. And so I overcame the idea of starvation. And so now I think I could actually live on the island forever and never go to the mainland. And I could survive on the plants and the fruits that we have here in the fresh water. And I could live. I want to live forever. If God wants me to be here forever, I don't necessarily need to be the only person that does that. I think as all of humanity, in order for us to colonize Mars and other planets, our population is way too small. And that sounds strange because people say 8 billion people, we're overpopulated. And Elon Musk even said, in order for us to go to space and settle other planets and to do that type of exploration, we need more people. And the fact is that exploration, people are going to die because we don't know how to live in space right now. We have to evolve into it. But just like Star Trek or some futuristic movie, we will evolve. And we will, because we have already the conscious desire to know what it is, whether or not we've even been on the moon. And all indications are we've never been out of the atmosphere. We've never been on the moon. And that was all a cinematic thing from Hollywood. And so I don't even know what the truth is. I know that Elon Musk is putting up satellites and taking these rockets, reusable rockets, into orbit. But that's not going to the moon or Mars, and that's not settling and colonizing and actually living like in a community type of like city or what have you. So some of the things, even though we think that there's a fact, like we know that we've been on the moon or the earth is flat, even the flat earth controversy, whether the earth is flat or round, some of these things I still grapple with myself, and I really am looking for what the truth is. Have we done it or have we not? I mean, let's get real. And so I know we're talking about a lot of different subjects. We're supposed to stay focused on Sierra Leone.
We're supposed to feel free to just
so,
share from our
I don't know
hearts,
if you have a
but-
meditation that you...
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Thank you for that luxury. Go ahead.
Hello, this is David G, and welcome to today's meditation. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the ties that bind us to the one that hurt us. So let's get comfortable. Let's find a place to sit or lie down. Gently allow our eyes to float closed. And together, let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently let that go. And continue to follow your breath in and out. There are 3 types of forgiveness. First is forgiving ourselves. Second is forgiving others. And third is asking first aspect of forgiving ourselves is the most powerful, because from that space, we can step forward and have greater compassion in forgiving others for what we may perceive as their transgression against us. So in your mind's eye, connect to something that you have been blaming yourself for, something that you've been wishing you could undo. It's in that long list of woulda, coulda, shouldas. And in this moment, let's start the process of forgiveness simply by giving ourselves permission to forgive ourselves for something we said or something we did. You may think this transgression is so horrible, but if right now you ask yourself, if the exact same situation unfolded before me, would I treat it differently? Would I say something else? Would I do something else? Then you are ripe for your self-forgiveness. The key to self-forgiveness is always in whether we would make a more conscious choice the second time around. And although that act, that deed, that conversation is carved in stone and perhaps cannot be undone, our willingness to make a more conscious choice is the key to liberation. So right now, knowing we would choose more wisely, we would speak more impeccably, we would do something else than what we've done. Let's give ourselves permission to start the process.
Can you comprehend him?
Yes.
Forgiveness.
Can you hear him as well?
This may include.
I can hear him, but he's really light for some reason on my end.
And if you can muster the courage.
It is light. It's almost a whisper. You really have to pay attention.
And apologize for your
actions. Not very loud.
Sharing with someone that you would indeed act differently, coming from a higher state of consciousness, then that's the best that you can start with. That's a liberation. That's a release. So let's sit with that. The fact that we are pure and perfect and whole at our core. And sometimes, often, in this physical plane of existence, we say and do things that are not nourishing, that hurt others, and that hurt ourselves. It is with the power of our self-forgiveness that we can be inspired, motivated, dig deep, to awaken our courage and face the next moment.
Okay, I want you to take a big, beautiful breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, slower that you have inhaled it. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Every time you breathe in, your body gets more relaxed. So I want you to imagine that you're centering yourself in a big, beautiful heart. And then that you're drawing energy from the core of the earth.
So tonight I'm going to offer a guided meditation on forgiveness. And I just want to say a couple of words about forgiveness.
I couldn't hear the last one either. It's
There's
really
an idea
strange.
that we can, if we just try hard enough, push ourselves to do it, that somehow forgiveness can happen. But forgiveness isn't anything that we can ever force.
Oh, it's that connection again.
Sometimes we have to really feel the depth of the pain that we've experienced, to really almost be in the flame of that. Before we can forgive. And there can be a form of forcing, which is actually very destructive. And so true forgiveness happens when the heart is ready. And so in doing this practice, just do it within your comfort zone. And if it doesn't feel right for you right now, just notice that. It's okay. So you can just explore the terrain. And don't do it at all if you're not ready. But let's just see what happens. And so getting into a comfortable position and really feeling yourself on the cushion or the chair, and feeling the fire, the sounds, sensations, everything that's present in this moment. And now bring your attention to the heart and feel whatever is present without judgment. And breathe through the heart. And try to say the words of this forgiveness meditation through your heart. So we'll begin by thinking of ways in which we have harmed ourselves and harmed others. And it's always better to begin with the minor things and not the big acts of harming if this is not something you practice regularly. And as far as you're able to do so, extend forgiveness to yourself for this harming by saying these phrases to yourself. I allow myself to be imperfect.
I allow myself to be imperfect.
I allow myself to make mistakes.
I allow myself to make mistakes.
I allow myself to be a learner.
I allow myself to be a learner.
Life's lessons.
Still learning life lessons.
Myself.
I forgive myself.
If I cannot forgive myself now,
I cannot forgive myself now.
Myself sometime in the future.
I forgive myself sometime in the future.
Allowing yourself to stay with the heart and whatever's present. I allow myself to be imperfect.
I allow myself to be imperfect.
I allow myself to make mistakes.
I allow myself to make mistakes.
I allow myself to be a learner.
I allow myself to be a learner.
Lessons.
Still learning life's lessons.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
If I cannot forgive myself now,
if I cannot forgive myself
now, I
forgive myself sometime in the future.
Staying with the heart as best you're able. Try this yourselves. I allow myself to be imperfect.
I allow myself to be imperfect.
I allow myself to make mistakes.
I allow myself to make mistakes.
I allow myself to be a learner.
I allow myself to be
learning life's lessons.
Still learning life's lessons.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I cannot forgive myself now. May I forgive myself sometime in the future.
I forgive myself now and in the future.
And sometimes as we do this practice, it may arouse areas that we hold in blame, self-judgment. We practice bringing that to light. Even if we're not ready to let go, just knowing and seeing can help soften the heart. And now moving to others. And so think of ways that others have harmed you. Again, beginning with the minor harms, if you're new to this practice. And as far as you're able to do so, extend forgiveness to them. Just as I allow myself to be imperfect, so I accept that you are imperfect. I accept that you also make mistakes. I accept that you are still a learner, learning life's lessons.
Learning life's lessons.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
If I cannot forgive you now,
I forgive you
may I
now.
forgive you sometime in the future.
May I forgive you sometime in the future.
And just observing the heart and the response without judgment. Knowing that this is a process. But this practice can help bring to light the places in which our hearts need and want to soften and want to incline itself toward forgiveness. And want to give up and let go of hope for a better past, as Sharon Salzberg would say. Just as I allow myself to be imperfect, so I accept that you too are imperfect. I accept that you also make mistakes. I accept you to be a learner, still learning life's lessons. I forgive you. If I cannot forgive you now, may I forgive you sometime in the future. And checking in with the heart and seeing if you want to stay with this one person or if anybody else comes to mind. Just to explore the terrain of the heart and mind. Just as I allow myself to be imperfect, so I accept that you too are imperfect. I accept that you also make mistakes. I accept that you're a learner, still learning life's lessons. I forgive you. If I cannot forgive you now, may I forgive you sometime in the future. And now, this last practice is to internally ask forgiveness from others for the harm that you have done to them. And take a moment to see what might come to your mind and your heart. Please accept that I am imperfect. Please accept that I make mistakes. Please accept that I am a learner, still learning life's lessons. Please forgive me. If you cannot forgive me now, please forgive me sometime in the future. And quite often, this request for forgiveness needs to stay inside in our own hearts. Because we don't want to demand something of another person that we may have harmed. But we can incline our hearts in this way. Please accept that I'm imperfect. Please accept that I make mistakes. Please accept that I am a learner, still learning life's lessons. Please forgive me. If you cannot forgive me now, please forgive me sometime in the future. And see if you can keep your attention at the heart and notice or see if there's any other being, anybody else you would like to ask forgiveness of internally, or if you just want to stay with the same person. Please accept that I'm imperfect. Please accept that I make mistakes. Please accept that I am a learner, still learning life's lessons. Please forgive me. If you cannot forgive me now, please forgive me sometime in the future.
You're muted.
Oh, it looks like we just lost David the Indian.
Does my mic sound weird?
It's just loud, so I had you on blast, so try now.
Hello, hello.
Try now.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, that sounds good. I put you down to like a quarter, or less than a quarter. It was because the mic was really loud, but now you sound great.
Okay. Does it sound a little echoey?
Yeah, it's nice. I don't mind it.
Looks like he's coming back.
Yeah, I came back. I lost connection there for a second. Sorry. Thank you. Was the meditation over? Had it completed?
Yeah.
Did we go through forgiveness?
Yeah, it was a good meditation on forgiveness.
Yes. Which was really very aligned with tonight with the candlelight vigil for peace and forgiveness. And that's the whole start is with the forgiveness process. And it all starts with ourselves. So that was a nice piece, Jesse, for you to include tonight. Thank you for that meditation.
Angeline inspired that. She's the one that felt it needed to go onto the forgiveness route with all the forgiveness talk and the Nineveh and all that. That was good for just to have forgiveness in our heart, because that seems to be a theme that needs to be heard by many.
Yes, that's just a simple fact that you know, we have been harmed and we have harmed. That's just part of growing up. And some people say the three words, do no harm. And I actually respond and say the other three words are do no evil. And doing no evil is the next level of doing no harm, because to harm somebody, you can do that and really not know about it. You can do it genuinely. You can just make a mistake. But to do evil is a different ball game. When we do evil, we know that we are hurting yourself and other people. You just know it. So, the forgiveness for somebody that does evil is much more difficult than somebody that harmed you, especially when they didn't really mean it, and they apologize. And I don't know, Honopono. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a very simple, ask for forgiveness. Ask, say you're sorry, ask for forgiveness, say that you love the person, and then thank them. And it's a very simple, and it's supposed to work wonders. And so I don't know if you had any comments that you wanted to make, or what the next. Go ahead.
They say that HELL is, in a way, separation from God. And when we have that guilt and fear and condemnation of ourselves, even because we know we do things that aren't in alignment with love and who we are, it does cause us to have a separation from God. And I think that's why forgiveness is so important, because forgiveness is, and grace is, the pathway back to God, to hearing from God and remembering from God who we are. And a lot of the times that people who do the worst things, that find out how loved they were by God the whole time when they didn't know, wind up being his greatest advocate for love, because they got something they didn't deserve. They're loved when they didn't deserve it. They were forgiven when they didn't deserve it. And their heart just becomes for everybody to know that, because if they knew that, it would have been different, right? So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it all starts with forgiveness. It all ends with forgiveness. It's a constant cleansing. Well, actually, I had a guest speaker on the podcast that I do, The Power of Islands, today, focused on Sierra Leone. Her name is Pamela Gregory, and she's from Forgiveness Healing for Humanity. And she spoke for an hour about the process of forgiveness. And we had people there in Sierra Leone that were on the live stream, and they just couldn't come to forgive, and really didn't really even understand how to forgive, because of the long history of generations of family and children that have grown up in an environment of conflict and hostility and anger and hate and separation, abandonment, and war, and so
we we think that justice means retribution. Like, we think justice is doing evil back, people getting what they deserve. But real justice is returning people back to who they are. Like, what better justice is served than that, than a person who is living wrongly, separated from source and who they were, coming back with a fire of love, knowing who they are, knowing how loved other people are, fighting for the right thing, a person who's turned around. That's true justice and restoration, is when someone is returned back to their true selves, not punishment and whatever. Because you know what, if someone goes and kills a bunch of kids and you go and kill a bunch of their kids, you're never going to be satisfied. That's never going to feel good to you. It's never going to feel right, ever.
Right. Yeah.
But if you can turn the hearts of those people back to source and who they truly are, that's true justice. That's true restoration. That's true fulfilling the mission of source here. Because the other way is never ending, ever. So we can choose to go one way or the other.
And a big, probability why they're having a hard time finding that forgiveness is because it's still ongoing. So it's not as if it's stopped and they'd have chance to heal, right? So it's hard to have forgiveness towards people when they're still perpetuating these horrific acts there. So it's not, out of the ordinary that they would not want to have forgiveness, because they need it to stop first before they can find that forgiveness.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's right. But there is hope, and through prayer and through the service that we did tonight together, there is new energies and new birth and new opportunities. So today, this day's ended. Actually, they're already in another day in Sierra Leone. So it's a new day, and that's what we're doing right now, taking one day at a time. But as I mentioned with you before we got on the show, there is some urgency for all of this, for us to evolve, and for the mass of people to make that transformative shift. And it is about the forgiveness, because like the meditation said, accept the imperfection that I am. But some of that, Jesse and Angeline, I'm a believer that we were designed perfectly. So for you to accept that you're imperfect, for me, some of that is an excuse just to allow you to be imperfect. And I'm not talking about.
It's 3:33 right now in Sierra Leone, in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
Or AM, 3:33 a.m. right now in Sierra Leone.
Yeah, I think it's keep in mind too that stopping evil and returning evil are completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like when you're in the midst of evil happening, we want to stop it.
That's
and as
first
much
and
as
foremost.
we can do that without just a heart of I'm returning it, those are different hearts, right? To stop someone from hurting others is different than I want to hurt that person back for hurting others.
Right. Good point.
So I think we got to more of us got to come together and walk this earth together. Let's go spread love everywhere. I think that it's getting to be that time.
I think the time was already expired, and now
it's never over. It's never over expired. The time is always perfect now.
I'm talking about like in a game, in a clock, where the clock is ticked, but the game obviously is not over. The game is going to go on, but I don't know, just to express the urgency about trying to do what we can, which is what we are doing and what we did tonight. To spread the high vibration, love, the unconditional love. And so that's where we leave, I guess. I don't know are there any more things that go through the process of the love tribe?
So what we do is we're gonna pull out a healing Viking rune. So there's the Vikings came up with these like stones, and I believe someone even gave his eye up for it or something. I've heard a bunch of different things. So there's 25 different stones that are in this bag. So they're called the healing runes. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out the 25 stones, and then you just try to see intuitively if you can That's what I forgot to ask today. Oh, I wanted to ask about intuition. I just forgot about a question today on the earlier interview. But so I'm going to read out the 25 different stones. And if you feel like one of those stones are going to come, and if you feel intuitively, or maybe you want one for whatever your situation is, just you can put the number or what that stone says into the chat, or you can just do it for yourself to see if you can guess it. But I'm going to read out the 25, and then I'm going to pick one, and then we're going to see if someone can intuitively figure out. Sometimes when multiple people have that stone, it's been amazing. Like this has been quite an experience. So I'm going to read them out. So it goes, innocence is 1, 2 trust, 3 guilt, 4 grief, 5 gratitude, 6 love, 7 shame, 8 faith, 9 denial, and that's not just a city in Egypt or a river in Egypt, and 10 is boundaries, 11 is honesty, 12 is serenity, 13 patience, 14 acceptance, 15 courage, 16 prayer, 17 forgiveness, 18 humor, 19 anger, 20 is surrender, 21 is wisdom, 22 is hope, 23 is fear, 24 is compassion, and 25 is the divine. So now if you feel like one of those are coming out, to just, either say it or type it, the number or which one you think may be coming, and or just keep it to yourself and just feel that energy and see if you connected with the right stone that's going to be pulled out of the bag.
I felt 3 of them, so now I'm confused.
Just put 3 into consciousness, and you don't just have to pick one. If one of those 3, you can always say whatever you're feeling.
I'm feeling divine.
David, when I asked it for myself when I first got the runes, and I said I asked the runes, I said, why am I here? And then the divine came out, and I'm like, okay. So I said second time right after, I was like, I need this, tell me why I'm here. And it came divine. And I was like, okay, come on now. It was like a third time I asked, why am I here? And it came divine. Never asked that question again. 3 times in a row, right after one after another, and never asked that question again. I didn't need to ask. It was like one of the most amazing things, because the probability of picking 3 out of 25 stones, 3 out of 25 stones over and over and over is quite high.
Yeah, I would say so. That's divine. Exactly.
So we've got 13 from Divine Spark and 22 and 2. Divine Me Too for Brit. As in divine. And okay. So for me, obviously, is the theme of forgiveness, number 17. That's the one that I'm feeling it to pop off. People are pretty quiet tonight. Our people on Twitter, we got 43 on Twitter watching, but they don't comment too much on Twitter. Okay, so what is the message for us to know tonight? What is the message? Do you have a message for us? What is that message? The message is... Oh, straight line. Straight line. It is number 23, fear. So,
Ooh. Wow, no one was failing that. That's some good news. But it must be somewhere in the atmosphere or something.
yeah, number 117. So I'm just going to turn the light on instead of trying to strain to read in kind of the dark. Ooh. Ooh. Patience invites healing as a beautiful landscape calms a troubled spirit. In drawing the rune of fear, it is well to remember that fear usually carries with it self-fulfilling prophecy. Do not be dismayed. Have patience with your healing. The divine uses fear, the oracle is saying, to give you what you need. When fear still grips your life, there you will find your victories. Is it fear that keeps you from making a decision in your present situation? Remember that if left unchecked, healthy doubts grow into irrational fears that stop our lives and cause us senseless confusion, doubt, and pain. Does fear of failure torment you? Fear of success? Have you been living your life fearing that the cries and whispers of the past will never be silent? Take heart, this rune counsels, and know that these are only voices from the past. For those of you who were children of abuse, fear was your heritage. It clouded everything, but that is no longer the case. This rune is a gentle reminder to acknowledge the power of change. Notice where fear lies on the circle of runes. Behind it comes hope, and ahead compassion awaits. What more perfect situation in which to heal our fears? At day's end, this rune comes softly. It whispers in our ear and warns us not to sleep away good lives as hostages to fear.
Amen.
That was amazing because I that was one of the ones I got, but I just keep having this song in my head about not being afraid, and I looked up the lyrics to it and I put the music for it in the private chat, and it was about not being afraid.
So yeah, so it's just one of those things that we leave it up to source creator to speak to us through these stones. And it's like whatever message needs to be heard, whether it's someone directly needing it or, just a common message for us all, whatever message is usually is impactful. And it's a beautiful book. Like anybody has anything negative to say about it, really got to look inward because the messages are pretty profound.
Yeah. First time I experienced it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And then, so it's kind of that. Did you feel like doing anything, Angeline?
I don't know. I was thinking of singing the song, but I can't hear what my mic sounds like. But
Oh, your mic sounds amazing. Your voice would sound so angelic right now in the studio setting that it's in. But you could also, if you wanted to, we also do like group hug sometimes where we just feel hugging energy around the earth, and we could really hug Sierra Leone right now and send some good energy with just our loving and hugging and thinking about all the different people. I think we got like, I don't know, what are we at? 25 and 52, 77 people here right now. If 77 people just hugged Sierra Leone and just sent them some love in with a hug, I think that would be okay. Did you want to lead that, Angeline?
sure. And then maybe I can sing the song after because it's
Oh.
kind of a song from source, calling people out of fear and back to him or back to source. I don't want to say him, that's a habit, but you want to turn up the music a little bit, maybe?
Turn it up.
I can't really hear it at all. I don't
Oh.
know if you guys can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it. Quite these new headphones. I'm so happy.
Or maybe I just read the lyrics. All right. Let's start with a group hug. And let's just start by closing our eyes and just feeling like it's almost like when you feel the warmth of that sunlight on you. Just feeling source's love energy, first of all, from your head to your toe. And just wrapping you in that love. Just feel source warmth, feel source's acceptance, feel source as part of you, but fully loving you, every part of you, and giving you that big hug. And just take a few deep breaths and just breathe that in. Really feel that any way that you need to. In the areas that you need it most, know that love wants to go there. I want you to feel this love growing and expanding and becoming bigger, this love that's surrounding you and hugging you. And I want you to see that you're part of it. See this love coming off of your body, off of your arms. As you expand your arms out, extend that love to the people that come to mind, the people in the chat, the people in the live, the people in your home, the people in your heart. Just begin to expand that out and surround each other with that love and with that warmth, that unconditional love that just wants to love in all the spaces we allow and that we don't allow. And we just continue that out into a giant circle, and we just surround Sierra Leone and all the people there with that love right now.
Yes.
And we call them out and we say, remember who you are. Remember how loved you are.
You're loved.
We send you this love. We send you this warmth.
So much warmth.
Say, please know that you're never alone.
Not alone ever.
Please know that we want to be with you in everything that you go through.
We're coming there to help you.
Please know that we want you to know you're not alone, and we want you to remember who you are, and that nothing negative happening defines you or determines your future.
You're better than that.
Yeah. And we just send forth the fire of love from this circle surrounding them all the way through to the middle. And we ask that all darkness would be lit up and brought into the light. And that people would see truth, that hearts would be changed, that bodies and minds and souls and spirits would be healed, and that you'd begin to be their main inspiration source. You'd guide them back to what they were meant to be and what they were supposed to be called to, and that people there begin to change the world. And we just thank you that we get to be a part of this tonight. And we thank you for your love for us in our own lives as well, and that we get to stand with you right now and love the world and love the people around us and love the people we connect with here. We thank you for the opportunity to be a light in this world. And we ask that you encourage us to remember to keep connecting with you and sending that out by being who we are, by being filled up by you and allowing that to guide us. We thank you, Source.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Source. Thank you, Angeline. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Angeline, for all of the effort and time tonight. It's been wonderful sharing this experience with you. Just so unimaginable and just joyful. Thank you so much.
We were doing this after the first year of the craziness in 2020, so we did the meditate for the Earth Day, or like for the after maybe March or April when we started our first one, and we went 11 straight months. And at one point we were mostly just on Facebook, but we were getting like 3,000 people watch it per night, like live views when we get off. It was incredible, like how many people just needed the safe space for us to like provide and dance, and just it was pretty surreal.
Yeah. Well, I think that Earth Day is coming up in April again. I think it's April 21st. Do you have another planned high vibe love tribe coming up, or is it something that you just go with it?
We went 11 straight months, 7 days a week, and just were there for, just having to be there for the people. And now it's just kind of goes with the flow. We just kind of here and there, but doing it on Earth Day would be beautiful. I would definitely think we should do that again on Earth Day, because that's commemorate when we started, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's the 21st. I can check. I'll send you a message when I confirm that. And also, like I had mentioned, the hailing wheel. It was called the hailing wheel today. Wheel like in a tire wheel, a circle. And phase 1 was today, March 22nd. Phase 2 is on Earth Day. I think it's the 21st of April. So that might be an interesting thing to team up and to try to get connection with this other group to bring in more people and get more involvement. So yeah, excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. We love you, brother.
Love you too, Jesse. Unconditional love, Angeline and Jesse, and all of the people that stayed with us tonight on this live. Thank you so much for participating and sending the hugs that we ended with, which really hugs are wonderful. I don't think I get enough hugs, actually, and it was great to share that with myself and also with everyone on this live and everyone in Sierra Leone to benefit. So Thank you. Thank you for the hugs, and thank you for the unconditional love.
So glad you felt that. I was really sending lots of hugging and loving energy towards you there, brother, and just sharing that with all of us, and and the people in Sierra Leone was sending as much love and hugs. Like I said earlier, when Angeline and I were talking about, and she was reading out about kind of the history and stuff, it just felt so there, felt like what they were feeling. And now I was just sending as much to that energy that we were connecting with earlier, as much love and hugs and as possible. So just hope a little bit of love goes a long way.
It sure will. Absolutely. So thank you. I think we're signing off for tonight, and we'll stay in touch. Okay, Jess. Okay,
Okay.
Angeline.
Okay, blessings. You have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Thank you very much.
May the,
Also,
You.
may the
bye-bye.
source be with you. Bye bye.
May the source be with you. Bye bye. God bless.
Well, beautiful.
So big hiccup in the middle of all that, maybe, but sometimes sometimes people
You're
when
just so
there's
adorable.
sometimes when people come out with stuff like that, they're trying to express their own pain and frustration. So reading behind the lines, um, when people speak disheartening things, we have to remember that sometimes my heart breaks because I know that they believe those things, which is hard on them, right? And so I'm not sure what was going on tonight, but it happened as it did, and whoever needed whatever they needed from the whole thing, I hope that they got it.
Yeah, sometimes when you're really hurting inside, then you come out and just kind of lash out at others and stuff because of the pain, and try to reverse psychology it.
And you could very well be afraid of dying. You could be very well afraid that this is the only life you live, that there is nothing else, and all this stuff. And that can be a real, very real fear for someone when they believe that. And I know ultimately we only have so much to work with in our knowing, but I just pray that they have experiences that help them know that there's more than this. Like I've had many, and I know many people out there have had many, and just enough to open their mind and their curiosity to connect deeper and discover more than just what's here, and have a little more hope than that. And honestly, hearing a lot of those things spoke to his pain. So I hope that there's breakthrough in that for him as well.
Are you still gonna sing for us?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it anymore.
Oh no. That was a lot of energy you put into the group hug for us. So
It
we'll
felt
sing it.
really good.
We can sing another day.
Yeah, I might just record it or something. I can figure out how to do that.
Well, you sure are precious, and I appreciate every moment that we get. I cherish every moment that we have together, even if it's has to be digitally when there's a little bit of space between us.
I love spending time with you. I love when our hearts are together. I think no matter what bumpy roads are around us, it's when our hearts connect that we know it's right.
How are you feeling?
Good. Feeling really grounded, I guess.
That's amazing. We sure are looking good.
Thank you. It's a bit cold, but this throw is helping me, so must be chilly outside.
I'm imagining my warmth around you.
Thank you. I was just playing songs and singing and stuff while the fighting was going on. And they come back later.
No, that's obviously that is best for your energy at the time.
That's what I was feeling.
Please don't let your heart be affected. It's the ability to not let that affect you that enables one to truly help. Just my imitated comprehension. I'm going to get me a guitar now and sing a song for y'all. Love your show and the community. Aw, thanks for dinkum stuff.
Yeah,
Appreciate.
come up right now. Get your guitar.
Yeah, dude, she'll put a link if you want to come up and, share with us that amazing sound.
Or if anyone else wants to come up and share their heart. Yeah. You know that one song, I think I sang it around you. It was that come out of hiding, you're safe here with me.
Love to, just not sure how. Do you see this link here? It's here, let me.
Hey Jesse, in the chat, I put a song. It's just the instrumental version.
Okay, I'll
Maybe I'll see if I can sing to some of it if my mic doesn't cut me off. But you have to turn it up if I'm louder, because it'd be better if it's about equal with me, I think. Oh, pause it for a sec. You're gonna have to start it again.
Okay.
You can kind of hear it. It's a little quiet for me. I'm out of hiding, you're safe here with me. No need to cover what I already see. You've got your reasons, but I hold your peace. You've been on lockdown, but I hold the key. 'Cause I loved you before you knew it was Till I chose your heart. You are the one that I was thinking of when I called life. Oh, now really, my victory is yours. I feel for you to come close. There's no distance at a distance anymore. You're not far from home. Really hard for me to hear it.
We can. It's just loud for you. Don't obviously can't hear it as good, but I have to turn it down so it doesn't cut out.
Okay. Need to be frightened by intimacy. Just throw off your fears and come running to me. 'Cause I loved you before you knew it was love. And I tried on till I saw your heart. And you were the one that I was thinking of when I called you forth. Not rid of the shackles, my victory is yours. I told you for you to come close. There's no reason to stand at a distance anymore. You're not far from home. You're not far from home. Keep on coming. Oh, as you run, what hindered love will only become part of the story. And oh, as you run, what hindered love will only become part of the story. And oh, as you run, what hindered love will only become part of the story. And oh, as you run, what hindered love will only become part of the story. Baby, you're home now. Please don't quit now. You're almost home to me. Baby, you're home now. Please don't quit now. You're almost home to me. Home to me. I'm out of hiding, you'll stay here with me. I have no idea how that turned out, but the point is I hope the words got across.
That turned out amazing. So I just had to unmute you there. When you're moving your microphone there, Fair Dinkum stuff, it's really loud. And so just mute yourself before you ever, when you're on live and stuff like that. But I just muted you there and then now you're on unmute.
Okay, thank you. I'm not really sure about all this, but look, you're beautiful, both of you. Yeah, I first came across you when you were with Donut, and I listened to you, and I've listened to you since, and I think that you're both genuine people. Yeah, thank you.
Man. Thanks, man, for coming up here. You're a beautiful soul as well, brother.
Yeah, well, I did send you a email some time back, Jess, regarding because I've got a couple of different faces, I suppose you'd say. I don't mind putting my proper face online at any time, but I seem to get shut down a lot. I sent you one from TTITT, which is people look at it and they think tit, but it's not at all, and I have that regard. It's the truth inside the truth. And fair income stuff is fair income in Australia means like if you caught a fish that big, are you fair income, mate? Or is this is that real? I'm fair income. Yes, I'm fair income. So fair income has a lot of meanings, and I have a fair income stuff thing on Rumble, which is obviously called fair income stuff, and it's nothing to do. It's just about 400 videos of things that I've got offline regarding things from COVID right through to the secret societies, the manipulation of the Chinese, manipulation of our governments in the Chinese in Australia here where I am obviously, and globally, and I've been shut down and I've been persecuted. I'm beyond beyond imagination, really. I'm just a normal bloke. But obviously, I'm not in the sense that they see me. And so anyway, yeah, you did accept me onto your show on April or something, the 5th. But since that time that I've sent that email, Jesse, I've nearly lost my job. I've been, I get honey potted, and look, I just don't like my what I have to say. Basically, I've been doing this for I've been doing this for all my life, but basically I've been fighting against the Chinese Communist Party for 23 years. I've been on radio, TV. I've been on bloody everything. I've been to I've done everything with it, and I've organised marches up George Street in Sydney, across the bloody harbour, well, actually not across the Harbour Bridge, sorry, but in other places in Sydney, and organised when the CCP had the Olympic Games back in, I can't remember what year it was, but they had the Olympic Games, and I organised a human rights torch relay instead of the Olympic Games torch relay, and I had everyone lined up from Sydney right down to my my hometown, which is well, I won't say online, but it's down the Snowy Mountains area in southern New South Wales, and they shut me down. I had everything lined up, and look, I just know the manipulation of what's going on. It's not only within Australia. It's within within where you are, the USA, and everyone talks about secret societies and bloody, the 322 Club and the bloody Freemasons and all that, and that's all very real. But they all seem to forget about what the CCP are, and this is their loophole. And I thank you for giving me a time here to just, if I need to stop, please just say. But yeah, the manipulation of the globe, well, you can't call it a globe because it's flat, but the manipulation of Earth has been done since the end of the World War II. Mao Zedong, well, we don't all know about Mao Zedong, but I know much about him. But that many governments formed the sister city deal, where they made sister city deals after the Second World War to bridge the gap between to bring back the tourism, the trade, etc. And this was done, like our country's got many sister city deals with many other countries, as would yours have. and many others. And the CCP done exactly the same thing. And Mao Zedong was quoted as saying, you know, we will take over the globe, and that was promoted, blah blah blah. But what's happened is that the CCP has made these deals. For example, I'll speak hypothetically here, but I'll say Ashfield here in Sydney, suburb of Ashfield, has made the city deal with, I don't know who, but let's say Shenzhen City, and they've, so what happens within that area is that the selected councillors, it'll be the dean of the let's say the university there, the principal of the school, and different, maybe 2 or 3 different community high community profile people. So there'll be 5 people from that city, from that suburb, will be flown to Shenzhen City to see the sister doodle they made. And you know, they'll be taken around and shown stuff and given great tours and great bloody lectures or whatever. And then the last couple of days or whatever, look, I don't know if this is like exactly real, but I sort of do. I'll be given a $2,000 credit card for the last night or something. Go and have a good time, and you're going back tomorrow. You know, and they go out and they do things, whatever. Everyone buggers up. And everything's on film in the CCP in China, everything. You do not do anything without it being filmed. So they get everything on bloody film. And this is done, right? And then I'll keep on this one with Ashfield. Say, for example, this is a hypothetical. So they go back and this is done back in whatever, 2010. And then they go back and everything's good, everything's right. And then they want to send students from China over to this particular university, and then the CCP will whatever no worries, come over. You send over 15 students, so you've got 15 students coming over to our country, and then they get brought up within our educational system to a very high level, and then they go out into the public, and they get, of course, they get bloody. We want all these people that you've just put over here. We want all of them to be what's the bloody? It's not immunised. It's another word. Australianised or whatever the bloody word is. But we want them to be giving them
acclimatized.
That's the one. Yeah, Australian citizenship, right? So then they say, oh no, we can't give all of them Australian citizenship. So what they do then is they'll send you a bloody photo of what you've done wrong, bloody 10 years ago, when you had that $2,000 credit card. And this is not saying everybody. I mean, there's many, many, many hundreds of very good people, very good politicians, and very good people that go over and do things. But there is the people that bugger up, you know. I probably would be one of those buggers at the time, you know, but this is the truth, you know, and so this is what's happened. So then 10 years later, I know we can't do that. We can't give you this block of land. We can't give you that bloody, council or whatever, that block of land we can't allow you to do this. And they say, okay, we'll send you they send them a picture of them doing something wrong. I'm saying this is not everyone. But they send them a picture of them doing something wrong in a bloody motel room on their last night, and then bang. And boom, this is 10 years later. And then this person that's in control of the council, or whether it be council, state or federal, he has now children. He's got 3 children. He's got a wife, and he's got them all in bloody university. He has to sort of find some way to oblige. So this is the process of the manipulation of the CCP in our countries. And everyone does not see that because it's never been through the process, if you like the Freemasons, the bloody 322 Club, the bloody the rest of them, you know, like the whole manipulation of it. These ones stay undercover, very, very undercover. People say that it's hidden in plain sight.
Well, this is hidden within plain sight. And because it's not done through any manipulation of, say, a government per se, as in the, like you go in, but all these people, they get them out of universities and they put them in and they got, and they put them into say that they want to get them into local council. Student that's come in through the university, they get them in through the local council. And then to run through for a local council, and and they're all spies, every one of them. And this is in our country, just say, right? This is in our country. So every one of these students had come into our universities, and all these universities, which I've put a link to your email some weeks back, but all these universities and all these sister city deals. I made a map myself, and I made it just at the end of 2019, at the beginning of 2020, I think it was. But there is 1,500 sister city deals that the CCP has made, and it is for no other reason than for the CCP. This is what people do not understand. They might give the millions to this, that, or that, and the donations to the university, to the Save the Bloody Whale Corporation to do this or do that. They'll make themselves look good, but the whole thing is, look, if there is a Chinese restaurant in Northern Territory, let's say in Burke, Western Australia, right? So there's there's a Chinese restaurant there that's been there for 20 years. He will not say anything bad about the CCP to anyone that walks into his restaurant, because they're all still so scared of what happened. China had 15, I think it was 16 dynasties. At the end of 1911, when the things collapsed with the last one, which was the
brother, you're going to explain all this on your interview on the missing link. I think you were going to come play your guitar here for us.
I was, yeah, that's right. I got very sidetracked.
I know you're very passionate about that, and that's why you're booked on the missing link, and you're going to be able to you're going to be able to share anything you want in that time.
I'll play a tune. Thank you. Yes. All right. I'll get me guitar. One second. But I just first must get a drink of water.
Water's life. Yes, we all need some water.
That's why the stars twinkle, Jesse. Because above is all water.
Yeah, we go and collect like real spring water from the spring. Like we take a whole bunch of jugs and we drive an hour and we fill up all the jugs and then we drink it. And then 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, a month later, whenever we need to go back, we fill up our jugs and we drink it right from the earth. We don't filter it. We just drink right from Mother Earth.
Yeah, well, I get mine out of the tank here. I'm on a farm. I've got 9 acres here. Well, I haven't got it. I rent a little place on it. But, yeah, I've been a bush boy all my life. I lived in Sydney for a fair while. Well, a lot of years. I've been everywhere, actually. I've been up and down the east coast of Australia for many years and done quite a lot of things. Look, I don't know what I'm going to play, actually. Don't even know if my guitar's in bloody tune, but...
Angeline loves the guitar, so this is such a treat.
All right, let me just think of something. All right. When the night has come,
yeah,
and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light to see. I won't cry, no, I won't shed no tears, just as long as you stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, oh, oh. Won't you stand, darling, stand by me.
Yeah.
Now the moon that we look upon was to tumble and fall, and the mountain it should crumble to the sea. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't shed no tear. Just as long as you stand by me.
Yeah.
Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, 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 oh. Won't you stand, darling, stand by me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that song so much.
well, thank you very much. That was lovely.
That was beautiful, brother. And so, yeah, 4 a.m. You're in Melbourne, right?
I'm in
Oh,
Sydney.
but like Melbourne time. Oh no, that's different time zone.
Sydney, yeah, same time. Yeah, I think it is anyway.
Oh,
I've
okay,
been
let me
living
just
here all
check.
my life, and I still don't know what's going on with the time. I went to
Let me
one
just-
time. I hitchhiked for 3 days to one place, and it was bloody. Anyway, it was that's a whole nother story. And then I went over to the next pub across the road, and it was a whole nother time again. So yeah, it was up in the. Anyway, I got lots of stories to tell, and yeah, that's why they shut me down like a ton of bricks. I'm just going to show you. I didn't even bloody. Not sure if the thing will show you this, but this is where I am. Yeah, I'm on a 9-acre farm for children. Anyway, that's out my front window. There's only a one horse bloody. I've only got a one horse little place, but I'm a fair income bloke, and that's what fair income bloke. That's what fair income means. But thank you, Jess. Yep.
You're very welcome, and thank you for that. And we're gonna have you on. The 5th is Australia time, the 4th here, and you're gonna be able to share all of that kind of stuff, so it gets put into one good video. And really appreciate your courage speaking out, because not a lot of people speak out against the CCP. And
appreciate me down just for bloody years, mate. So I'm not scared of no one.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate people that have courage, because when someone has courage, it helps other people to be brave as well. So for that, they definitely have my respect.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. I love you, Angeline. I think you're a very, very beautiful person. You're very.
Thank you for the song. The song was so much fun. That's one of my favorite songs.
No worries. Yeah, I can see things if you like, and I see only good things from both of you. Yeah, but thank you.
Well, thank you. I think we're going to be wrapping up here. We've been on for 3.5 hours. This was great. We still have, I don't know, like almost 100 people. We have 46 on Rumble and 47 on Twitter, and then all the other ones not as much. Facebook they don't like it when we go live in 2 different places at one time. It really cuts it. So we wanted to go live on the High Vibe Love Tribe page there too. And same with YouTube. We're in two different places. It seems like when you go live on two of the accounts, at least for us, they kind of, they messes with the algorithms a little bit. So, but Britt says, lovely to you there for your playing and singing for you both. Sweet sentiments. Love you from Nesta. We love you too, sister. And Sherry Mo is got some, what is that? Anchors? Or is that flowers? Oh, those are flowers, maybe.
I think so.
I only have fake book. XOXO. So awesome. Well, it was great meeting you. It was great getting to know you a little bit better from the emails and the comments and stuff. We really appreciate your energy here, and happy that Donut was able to help guide you this direction there, brother. Oh, you're on mute.
Maybe can we unmute him?
No, you chose to mute.
You're
Hang on. You're a dinkum. You
We
muted
couldn't hear
yourself.
I was just saying I've watched more now of you than I have of Donut, which I love Donut. I've watched him for years. But yeah, since and I very much enjoy the what's that? I'm not very so good with words, but the diversity of the people that you have on your show. Some I obviously don't relate to, and that's just how it is. But yeah, I just love your energy and I just really, and one thing I do actually want to ask you is how do you put all these comments up, people, when you have an interview going, and then when the interviewer, the person you're interviewing stops, you just have the ability to ask questions, and I've got no idea how you do it when you.
I have no idea either there, brother. I just let source guide. I let source guide the way. I'm really good at multitasking. I'll put a question in my head. A lot of times as I'm listening, I'm reading the comments. I'm having to make sure everything is flowing smoothly. I forget the question that I have in my head. So then the next whatever pops in, or then I'll remember
you don't
somebody.
Forget it for too long, mate, because you do a very good job, I tell you. I mean, there's a lot of people respect what you're doing, I'm telling you.
Thanks,
yeah.
man.
And I'll be promoting you on my channels, but most of them have been shut down. But anyway, God bless.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Hang on.
Vanessa.
I love the lotus flower you got there, Angeline.
Thanks. It's my candle. It's like a little candle holder.
Yeah, it's a lotus flower, I believe.
Yes, I love the lotus flower. It's one of my favorite smells as well.
It's my only favorite. Yeah.
Yeah,
When the lotus flower grows out of the water, it grows out of the mud. You may know this, but it grows out of the mud in the dirtiest situation, and it comes up and it germinates into a beautiful flower. And when it actually germinates, inside each lotus flower is one pure drop of water. And that is why you see the Jesus or the Buddha or the Lao Tzu, they're all sitting on a lotus flower, because it just represents that something we as a people can cultivate ourselves out of the mud. And when we germinate, we have this pure drop. Anyway, I love the lotus flower too.
I want to say, Nesta, thank you for posting in the Loving Ourselves Together group. She had a comment I had up there. Yeah, I actually put in a roast today. It's been cooking and it's been ready for a while, and now my stomach's singing to me. It wasn't ready in time for me to eat before coming on the live, but my kids certainly enjoyed it. So
Angeline created a page on Facebook called Loving Ourselves Together. So Nesta's talking about she's making food for the Loving Ourselves Together great page. So she makes food and then posts it on. We try to inspire people with healthy eating and healthy living, and just a great place where people can just get good ideas how to help better their lives and be inspired by other people doing the same for themselves.
When I used to like just eat whatever, and I had a ton of allergies and didn't know, and I was sick all the time. And same with my kids. And then I found out about allergies, and I was doing health research. And I did so much health research that I didn't realize I started to become like almost scared to eat everything. Like it became easier to not eat unless I could find something healthy to eat. And that started taxing me. And I started to have food dysphoria in a way. And so I knew it was important just to encourage, especially on the learning curve when you don't know what to eat. Once you learn about all the nasty stuff out there, it's really hard to figure out what to eat or how to cook like that or whatever. So I think the hope of my group was to kind of help people get over that food dysphoria, that food fear, and just have lots of healthy ideas all the time so that they're feeding and nourishing their bodies despite all the scary
100%.
stuff out there that we keep feeding ourselves. So
When I get back on Facebook, I'll follow you, Angeline, for sure. I just got to be careful on Facebook because I've been shut down so many times. If you get a badge for how many times you've been shut down, I have a chest full. But yeah, no, that's good. I mean, the best thing to do, I advise people, is when you walk into a supermarket, you go up the left side and you go to the fruit and veg. You miss everything in the middle. You go down the other side, get your buddy dairy, whatever dairy you want, and then get out. Or grow your own in the garden.
That's by far the best way to go.
Yeah.
Especially where you are, you guys have so much growing season.
Yeah, well, at the moment it's very good here. We've had a lot of rain, and the grass out here is ridiculously high, and so many animals at the moment. But yeah, I moved out here. I don't really worry about planting anything now because I've got lots of local growers, but I get all my fresh stuff, you know. But at the same time, have a backup of tin food for when the shit goes down, which it won't be too long away. But just have at least 3 or 4 months supply. That's all I'll say.
Good for you. So it was great meeting you. We're having an open panel tomorrow night, starting about 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m., which is 4 hours. So 4 hours and 40 minutes less time. Like, what time is it there right now, Fair Dinkum?
Where am I? Where's me buddy? I don't even have me watch here, mate. I don't want to stop there.
I can figure it out.
It's 3:30. It's 3:40.
So 3:40. So 4 hours and 40. So 10. So 4
Like
hours.
Einstein said, why should I learn something if it's already written down? I don't like him either.
Jesse, my candle just went out, so it was perfect timing. It was a brand new candle, and it burned for the whole thing and just went out when we're done now.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's lovely.
It's perfect.
I might just go and light one after this.
That's amazing. And tomorrow at around 11 a.m. your time, Fair Dinkum, we're going to be having an open panel. So feel free to come up and hang out and, converse.
I'll come and take it away for sure, Jess.
So you know how the link works now?
Well, sort of. If I don't, I'll just log in tomorrow and you can just text it to me again. I'm pretty good with a lot of things, but not so good with linking up with stuff. But
did I email it to you?
No, you sent it on the chat line.
Oh yeah, that's where we're going to put it again. So
it was very easy. So I'll just do that again tomorrow.
Yeah, perfect. And and just
the opportunity arises. Yeah.
And it's good to be able to communicate with a bunch of different people and, just share ideas. And I think that that's inspiring that a lot of people from different parts of the earth can come together and converse about what they see is going on and what they feel is important. And, we really appreciate all of the different energies and perspectives that we're able to, communicate with.
100%. Thank you. Thank you.
Blessings. You have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, brother. Hey, Angeline.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
You can hear me. I love you so much. Jesse, the host with the most. That's awesome. Well, another one in for us to wow. Let's pray again for, or like send, healing and protection energy. Send healing and protection energy towards Sierra Leone, the people of Africa, and anybody who's actually needing it. Like, it's coming from our hearts as much as powerful as we can send it. And anybody that is feeling it now or in the replay or at any time, there are people here that have love in their hearts and want this place to become better and are doing our part to make this world a better place. So when we all do our part, this place becomes magical, and I've seen how it should be here, and we'll get it there, one way or another.
This place is magical with you in it, that's for sure.
You're so wonderful.
Me.
Well, any final words?
Nope, just sending love to everyone, and I hope something touched somebody somewhere in their heart that they needed, and even if it was just one person, it was everything. So that makes me happy. I love you, Jesse.
I love you too. May the source be with you, protection around you, healing energy towards you. And Angeline's had a little bit of a bumpy ride, so let's all send her some love and some healing and, some positive love. And may the source be with you all. Thanks to everybody for all your likes, comments, hearts, shares, and stars. We appreciate all of your love and support, however that may be. May the source be with you all. Protection around each and every one of you. And again, Sierra Leone, we love you. There's people out here thinking about you, sending you good energy. And, we're going to walk this earth. We're going to connect with the people we need to, and we're going to walk this earth and make sure that this earth gets, tipped back right side up. It seems to be a little bit inverted right now, but we got to get it back right side up. I think that's what Source Creator wants.
Just keep loving, because love is source calling people back to just being the right side up.
Okay, you all have a nice weekend wherever you all may be in the world. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Sydney, same as Melbourne time. I just checked, it's the same as Sydney and Melbourne, same time zone. And we'll be back for an open panel. We'll probably start off with a half an hour of dancing. I like dancing. Maybe not the best dancer, but I sure got a lot of energy. Not too much people could match my energy on the dance floor, that's for sure. So I'm excited to be dancing again, and excited
dancing.
when we can dance more closer, Angeline. That'll definitely, heighten my day.
I'm having a little hard time with dancing right now because of the my iron levels, but I love dancing either way. I can still come here and help with comments and stuff. Or I can even do what I did. I could read little things out while you're dancing, while the music's going, or whatever. That I don't think was too bad.
Perfect. We're a perfect team.
Yay.
Okay, love y'all. We'll see you next time we see you back here on the Missing Link for one love, one heart, one life.
One life.
Namaste, everybody, and no maske.
No maske.
No maske.